get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hi, it's Tom Giordano, and it's here. Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire their customer appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, stock up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus your order will ship for free. Just use code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3, cholesterol support, joint health, it's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 826 live. Again, that's 800-260-5488. Speak with a knowledgeable Rescue product consultant. And if you're new to Rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue natural supplement. Use that code VIP50 at rs-q.com.
Yo, Langhorne. Listening to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. He's live on the free Odyssey app.
$6.50, Kayal and Company. Monday morning. Hopefully all of you having a great start to your week. Nick, Dawn, and Greg. It's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Get us on the free Odyssey and iHeart apps. Watch the show on YouTube.
Well, we had to restart the YouTube.
Oh. All right, well.
Restart.
YouTube.com/at1210WPHT. Let's rig those algorithms like the jobs report. Hit like and subscribe, and then we'll revise our viewers and our numbers. We'll downgrade them.
Yeah, and if I don't like numbers that come out, I'll just fire the person that releases the numbers. It's fine, because that's what we do in America now.
Let's see what Kurt thinks about this.
We don't like the answers, so we change the question.
Kurt's in Reading. He's on Talk Radio 1210. Kurt, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're good, bud.
I've called you guys before, and I absolutely love every last one of you. You're the greatest, and I enjoy my time on the road. But with that being said, I'm a safety guy, okay? And every once in a while, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will send out to us randomly, hey, you need to turn in your OSHA 300 log because we want to know who's having injuries and who's not. But Bureau of Labor Statistics, they could send out only to fireworks manufacturers and then say, tell us what your losses are. And then they use that to dictate and say, hey, OSHA, you need to pay more attention to injuries because we're having a lot of injuries. And meanwhile, they've only sampled a small portion. They could do that with getting numbers for jobs. They could only randomly sample companies where AI is already reducing the number of people being hired in those industries and then say, look at this. This is terrible. So you got to understand that the BLS, they can manipulate that data any way they want to.
So you actually think artificial intelligence could be one of the reasons why numbers are down, maybe not even this year or the last 2 months, but the last 4 years, 5 years, ever since the creation of AI?
Yes, and I'm just spitballing why. I think the jobs report said 74,000 jobs created or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's possible. What my point is, it's possible that BLS sent out sampling of only those companies purposely to try to skew the data to say, hey, let's look at Hollywood writers and those companies that do Hollywood writing, and then you find out, look at that, they're not hiring writers anymore. So ultimately, the macrocosm of our of our society shows that we're not hiring anymore. And it's just not true.
All right.
It's not true.
I got you, Kurt. We
All right,
appreciate the phone call. Kurt from Reading, Pennsylvania. Speaking of downsizing and jobs, we can give you this update quickly. So apparently Stephen Colbert has another gig lined up. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Phil just gave me this morning when I came in. He is already lined up for another spot on CBS. According to the New York Post, the comedian, 61, is staying put in the world of late night after signing on as a guest star in the CBS series called Elsbeth. Not sure if anybody knows what that is. I do not. I've never heard of it. This according to a report from Vulture. Colbert will portray a, get ready for it, late-night talk show host in the comedy series, which made its debut last summer. He's not funny in reality, but he will pretend to play what he's not funny in fiction land on a show with CBS. Also, I wanted to pass these along as well. CNN, as far as the media goes, how about this? 40% year-over-year decline. Now, full disclosure, kind of hard to follow up July in 2025 with July of 2024. I'll be fair about it.
Yes,
I mean,
it's not easy.
July 13th,
We've done it.
Trump gets shot.
We've done it.
We've done it.
Yeah.
But we're the few, the proud, the Marines.
Well, I don't know if this. I don't know if this summer's going to treat us as kindly as last summer did.
No. July 13th, Trump gets shot.
Yeah, exactly.
July
That's what I'm talking about.
21st, Joe Biden gets replaced.
Yeah.
Even Fox News went down, but this is staggering for CNN. So they lost 40% year over year of an already bad year the year before. They only had 92,000 viewers in their coveted demographic of adults 25 to 54. A 23% decrease from June, a 42% decrease, as well as a 55% decrease compared to July of last year. MSNBC, same story. Only 81,000 viewers in their key demographic, a 27% drop from June, and a 40% drop from the year before. And surprisingly, Fox News also went down 14% compared to last year. I'm wondering if people just generally in the television news format right now are completely exhausted by all the nonsense.
They 100% are.
Right?
They 100% are.
It's very interesting.
I see data like that myself. It's the same thing. People are exhausted by this. So, and look, we saw it before. Like, it happens before. There's so much news happening. There's so much chaos and nonsense that everybody's just like, just enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just enough. I'm done with it.
The news is just legitimately, as Dawn says, there's so much breaking and developing. It's not a crutch phrase. I mean, literally. Dawn, I said in the big take, I swear every time I get off on a Friday, my big take is already written by 10:30 because 42 things happen between your show and Dom's show on a Friday.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Every day.
Yep.
I mean, there's no daily news cycle. That's crazy.
By the way, all right, so we're back up on YouTube, but I need everybody, literally everybody that's listening right now to go over and hit the like button on YouTube, because now we're like way behind in our viewer count. Because we had a good number, and then we had to restart the stream. There's still no graphics, by the way, boys. Like, what's happening? Like, there's still no graphics.
Oh, I just noticed that, yeah.
Greg is very
no time, no temperature, no banners, no Kayal and Company with the Twitter logo.
One day we'll get a professional operation.
We have a naked YouTube.
Naked.
But I need everybody, you said about rigging the algorithms, I need everybody to get over and hit the like button so we get over in people's feeds.
Yeah.
Get on over there right now, please.
One last piece of news. I mentioned Colbert with the new side hustle. Remember, Colbert, his show was canceled because they were losing $40 million a year. I've got this story here about how SNL could be next on the comedy chopping block. Did you know that Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers are costing NBC a combined $100 million a year that they're losing?
Losing?
They are losing a combined $100 million a year. CNBC reported. That's peacock on peacock crime right there, folks. CNBC says NBC, Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon losing a combined $100 million a year.
How could they possibly keep doing that?
I have no idea. They go on to say that NBC could be next to scrap the entire late night genre format, which would mean SNL, Fallon, and Meyers all gone, joining Corden and Colbert and the whole CBS Paramount thing.
Wow.
I think it's over for
$100 million.
Yep.
And I don't care what anybody says. No business can withstand that.
That's
they
correct.
just can't.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Well, and the other piece of this, not for nothing, but you need a staff of 200 people for a late night show like that.
I don't know why they would.
Part of the problem here is these people, they're bloated budgets.
Yeah.
The bureaucracy.
It costs, on average, according to CNBC, $4 million an episode to produce.
That's insane.
It costs them $4 million each time they roll out a new live version or taped. I don't know. Are they all live or are they taped? I don't know.
They're all taped.
Either way,
Not live.
each episode costs $4 million. It costs us $4 to put on this show.
They might have to revise how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we don't need a band. Maybe we don't need a live studio audience. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I said that these shows never adapted to digital.
Nope.
Digital came in and they were like, oh, we're just going to keep doing it like it's 1974 and it's Johnny Carson.
Yep.
The world has changed.
Yeah. And do they really need the Ed Sullivan Theater or these big venues?
Well, that's what I mean.
That
You know
can't
what
be
I mean?
that can't be cheap to rent out.
No.
Or whatever that
New
might
York
cost.
rents.
Oh, God. You
But,
imagine that?
The sad piece of this is that even though we say 200 people, I wonder if that 200 people who worked on the show made as much as the main host.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
How combined?
Much combined.
Right. Those 200 people add up to the same salary. Probably
and so
not.
oftentimes, you think
I don't know. The EPs on those shows make a lot of money.
Really?
A lot of money.
Like 7 figures?
Yes. Easily.
Really?
Oh, easily. Yeah.
So you have people at the top, but I would just say if you're losing that kind of money, I mean, would these hosts have taken a pay cut? Because if I'm a host of that, these individuals who are making, tens of millions of dollars a year and they have sweet packages, why not just say, hey, I'll go down, I'll make as much as my EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that put a dent in things? I mean, some kind of a move where they say that.
Yep.
'Cause otherwise, you look like the jerk.
Yeah, you do. 855-839-1210. We'll kick off hour number 2 next with Dawn's News, the cut sheet at 7:45. And then we have more fallout, more updates from the culture wars of Sydney Sweeney, and also a great story that Dawn tipped me off to on Friday in the Wissahickon School District, Montgomery County. Stay tuned for that. It's Kayal and Company, hour 2 next.
Stop buying gold online. Edelman's Coins is the Philadelphia area's largest buyer and seller of gold and silver bullion. Family owned for 99 years, Edelman's Coins has continued to provide ultra-competitive pricing paired with unparalleled customer service. With transparent buy-sell spreads, you know you will always get a fair deal. When buying or selling bullion or coins, think Edelman's Coins. Call 215-572-6480 or visit edelmanscoins.com.
Chronic pain, cancer, fatigue. Find out about the benefits of medical hydration therapy on Health Watch with Dr. Molly Fantasia every Sunday morning at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
At PGW, safety is essential to delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses. If you smell gas, call PGW at 215-235-1212.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior amount. One discount per household.
WPHT WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Free speech lives here with Rich Zioli weekday afternoons 3 till 7 on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
.705, hour number 2 on a Monday morning. It's Kayal and Company. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Nick, Dawn, and Greg, 855-839-1210 if you want to jump in. Cut Sheet with Harry Mays coming up 7:45 this morning. And we will get to a couple of issues on the culture wars front, locally and nationally here in the next 40 minutes. But right now, let's get caught up in the world of news. Round number 2 at 7:06. The great Dawn Stensland.
Good Monday morning, August the 4th. We are sponsored in Kayal and Company News Live by Kitchen Magic this morning, as it's a beautiful sunrise, still in the upper 60s right now. We'll tell you when the heat will be on. Let's get to it. As we know, the Philadelphia police are investigating after a man was shot. This is in the Frankford neighborhood, which of course is in Northeast Philadelphia, 1800 block of Kinsey Street, where police say that man was rushed to the hospital, listed in stable condition this morning. No arrests, no suspects. Still, the investigation is ongoing. We talked about that road rage danger in Bucks County earlier that resulted in that frantic 911 plea for help from callers in a car who reported a guy with a handgun threatening them on Route 13. This ended with a police shooting following that road rage incident. Ben Salem, Bucks County, where investigators say it all started when the motorcyclist was threatening a car full of people with a gun. So it started at Woodhaven Road and Route 13. Police catch up with the guy after those frantic 911 calls where they say the guy on the motorcycle was actually waving the handgun at them. and after some kind of a road dispute or something, teed him off. But they felt threatened, felt they were in danger, felt this could have been a deadly end. So police say when they arrived, they caught up with them. The guy slides his motorcycle at the police vehicle, takes off on foot. The officer then chases him on foot. And that's when they say at one point the officer had to use deadly force, according to, this is William McVeigh, who's the public safety director there in Ben Salem PD, great guy. But in this one, a standard operating procedure that they're investigating this whole thing. They do have witnesses, so they're re-interviewing all of them. The officer was not injured. The people in the car were not injured. As far as the motorcyclist who was shot, they rushed him. They administered care, rushed him to, I think it was Tarsdale Hospital. And so he, could potentially face charges. We're following up on that one today. But they did recover a black handgun recovered at the scene, believed to be that of the motorcyclist. So that's Bucks County.
Okay.
In broad daylight, this happened in the late afternoon. And then we have lot of other news of the day. We talked about that earthquake, no damage, but a lot of people talking about that one over the weekend. North Jersey into New York, tri-state region, it was felt. And the update we'll get on that dead whale down the Jersey shore, the necropsy, which is basically the animal autopsy. So they're doing the necropsy today. And this started in Barnegat Bay, that video going viral with this minke whale, about a 20-foot long whale that was clearly in distress. Those wildlife officials putting out the word saying, please, if you see a whale or even a dolphin in the area, if it gets close enough to your boat, shut off the engine. Because the problem is there's a risk that you could, obviously you'd feel horrible about it, but if the engine's running and that whale or dolphin is close, you could kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing the post-mortem examination, the necropsy, this morning.
I got to tell you, if I'm on one of those smaller boats like that, the interest level in seeing a whale or a shark is very, very minimal. I'm getting out of harm's way just in case. It's one thing if you're like on a cruise or a sightseeing tour, but when I'm out there by myself or with friends and family, no, I'm getting back to I'm like, I'm not messing with Mother Nature and animals like that. That's just me. And everybody else is like, hey, let's start filming this. All right, keep messing around.
Well, you're exactly the wildlife officials would like people like you because you want to stay away.
Yes.
Yeah. So at least 1 million people from all walks of life are expected to attend this year's Music Fest in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And so they're talking about this 450 bands representing all genres performing across 15 stages. We don't know if our own Phil Almquist, I suspect he'll sneak up there.
All the Phil timers out there.
Oh, the Phil timers were in full effect on Saturday night. Place was mobbed.
So it was country artists. It was Riley Green took the main stage Friday night ahead of the concert. Nick, you mentioned, because you always do the forecast, that we're not going to see rain in all these days. I mean, it was a beautiful weekend.
Well, I was going to say
better weather.
I was going to say that, like, kudos to your mother-in-law and family for, making more money this Saturday, the Saturday Music Fest than last year. But like the weather yesterday was like picture perfect for Saturday.
It's interesting too on the politics front with that. Last year, my mother-in-law made the admission in August. Oh, it's the economy. People just aren't coming out there to, spend $80 on a couple of food items. This year, they kick butt and no mention of the economy. Interesting how that works out. Weather was great.
Yeah, I think didn't they suspend because of the horrible weather?
Yeah, well, it was definitely
for a couple days or something.
I think the weather that we just came off of with the hot and the humid and just that nasty, if Dawn likes to say pea soup, I think that was the weather for Music Fest last year. That first 10 days of August or so.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I got to tell you, if it's 95 out, I'm not walking around at a crowded music festival and sweating my heister off. This was like San Diego weather this past weekend.
Beautiful. And even though the heat is on here in the city of Philadelphia, there'll be a nice breeze. It'll feel good up in Bethlehem.
Mm-hmm.
Sad news about an 80s I don't know if she was an icon, but an 80s star who has died. And I believe tomorrow would have been her birthday. This is Lonnie Anderson, WKRP in Cincinnati star.
She 80s or 70s? I think it's 70s, isn't it?
They're saying 80s.
Really?
What, her age? Oh, or
no.
No.
WKRP was the 70s.
Okay.
And then she was in...
married to Burt Reynolds in the 80s. Is that why they're saying the 80s?
Yeah, she was married to Burt.
So
AKA Turd Ferguson.
Burt Reynolds in his bad wig.
Burt Reynolds or Frank Luntz? Worst piece.
They're saying they're saying that she was in 1980s the Jane Mansfield story. She starred in that. And so I don't know. Maybe that's
she's 70s.
So okay.
Yeah.
But
I challenge his reporting.
Okay.
Not you,
Everybody's
my
saying,
love.
I don't remember that.
Whatever you're reading from, I challenge them.
Yeah. And well, I guess she was in TV and movies through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. WKRP in Cincinnati, but 79 years young. What?
Great show. WKRP. It was a great show.
WKRP. Jimmy was showing me all these clips. I don't know that show, but he was showing me all these clips of the show. They're famous. Turkeys Falling from the Sky Thanksgiving episode, which is,
yes.
I guess some of these are iconic.
Turkeys Falling from the Sky.
Yeah.
Neither of you have ever seen that before?
No, not before Jimmy Kelly showed it to me.
I've heard of it. I I know the name, WKRP Cincinnati.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I never watched
Sorry.
it. No. God. I was born in 84. Why would I watch a TV?
The world! There was a world before you! Jesus Christ! Oh my! I was born in '84. Nothing happened before 1984.
I've watched
Jesus, man.
I've watched stuff that was produced and created before '84. I just didn't happen to watch that.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I was born in '84.
I mean, Married with Children came out. I didn't watch it when I was a kid.
Oh God!
Saturday Night Live. I didn't watch it as a kid. Right. I watched it as an adult.
I need to start over.
What, the day, the show, the whole, your career path? What do you want to start over with?
No, today's not my day.
So the Hollywood Reporter says that, she played Jennifer, who refused to take dictation, type letters, or make coffee, as the opposite of the dumb blonde stereotype. Anderson starred on all but one of the show's 90 episodes during its 4-season run through April of 1982. So I guess it ran, which is a pretty amazing run, from the 70s all the way through April of 1982.
Here's the shows that I've watched that were produced and created before I was born, just to prove that Stalker's wrong here. I used to watch Get Smart. Okay? Get Smart, great show. The original Batman TV series, created in 1966. Yeah, I watched stuff from pre-1984.
Yeah. So there.
I got to actually sit down and think about this. I guarantee the list is actually a lot longer than people will give me credit for. Just saying. Sorry, Dawn.
Nope, that's all right. I know we'll get to the forecast in Kayal and Company News Live, sponsored by Kitchen Magic, family owned since 1979. Kitchen Magic, your trusted source for expert kitchen and bath remodeling. And they are tariff-proof because, of course, they make everything, their cabinets, right here in the USA, in Pennsylvania, in fact. So save up to 30% this August at kitchenmagic.com. Kitchen Magic, thank you for sponsoring Kayal and Company News Live, 7 a.m. version.
All right, Dawn, 65 degrees right now, high of 89 today. Plenty of sun in the forecast all week long. It'll cool off a little bit as we go along this week. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s and plenty of sun. No rain in the forecast for the next 11 days. Kayal and Company Philly weather brought to you by MT Rule.
I would like to apologize for my outburst. That was uncalled for, and I did not mean to do that. I apologize. I'm just a little on edge.
He's sassy.
I'm just a little on edge this morning.
I don't blame you.
I just can't.
Can't come in here and see everything busted up. It's happened in this booth here before. I don't know what goes on. I don't know what Barry Sable does here on a Sunday morning. I have no idea. I don't know what Matt Rooney does on a Sunday night.
Saturday night.
Matt!
Or Saturday night. Rooney got moved to Saturdays?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll blame. Who's in here Sunday nights?
Brian Kilmeade.
Oh, okay. But he's not physically in here.
No.
Okay, so he's off the hook. We'll find out who these culprits are. And once we do, the file will get to Pam Bondi's desk, and then nothing will happen with it. There you go. There you go. All right, Kayal and Company. By the way, Philly weather brought to you by MT Rule, your Generac generator experts. That's MTRUHL.com. All right, so let's get to a couple of issues on the culture wars front. I'm actually going to save the Gen Z stuff here with Sydney Sweeney. I want to start with something a little bit more serious. Got to give Dawn a tip of the cap for sending this. What was this, Dawn? On Friday you sent this, I believe, in our text message group thread. So broadandliberty.com, one of your great guests that you have on all the time, Beth Ann Rossica, writes with this headline, Feds declare bathroom policies illegal. 63% of Philly area schools could be next. So they write the following. A major civil rights ruling dropped Friday as the U.S. Department of Education found that allowing students to use bathrooms based on gender identity violates Title IX, placing many Pennsylvania school districts on notice. This comes after the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights announced the Title IX violations in 5 Virginia school districts as a result of its investigation. In a press release, OCR Acting Assistant Secretary Craig Traynor said, quote, the Trump administration will not sacrifice the safety, dignity, and innocence of America's young women and the girls at the altar of an anti-scientific liberalism. Now, here's where it gets localized. Broad and Liberty reported earlier in the month on the number of southeastern Pennsylvania school districts with similar policies, allowing students to use the bathroom based on their gender identity. Of the 62 school districts in Bucks, Chester, Delco, Montgomery, and counties, 26 of those 62, or 40%, enacted a specific policy that grants students access to the bathroom of their choice. So basically 4 out of every 10. Beth goes on to write, for example, Wissahickon School District, which is where my girls go to school, located in Montgomery County, has a policy entitled, quote, transgender and gender expansive students, end quote, with this language. District students shall have access to facilities, including all restrooms, locker rooms, changing facilities, or overnight facilities that correspond to their gender identity. In addition to the 26 districts with similar transgender policies, there are another 13 that include gender identity as a protected status under Title IX. There's more to read if you want to read it at broadandliberty.com. But this is, and I'm not surprised, because I know I'm going to get people that say in the group chat or on YouTube or on X, well, you chose to live in Montgomery County, Nick. You chose to live in Bluebell. That's your problem. This is a problem in all of the collar counties. 4 out of 10 schools are dealing with this in all 5 major counties in the Philadelphia metro and suburb area. I mean, Dawn, I can see it now, and I hope it doesn't happen in my lifetime while my girls are in school. They're going into 6th grade. Once they're out of 12th grade, I don't care what happens in schools moving forward for the rest of my life. I never want to hear the word school again. But I could see this becoming an issue, maybe not at Wissahickon Middle School, where 4 elementary schools converge into 1 middle school, but at the high school level from 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th. And if it happens at Wissahickon High School, I'm telling you right now, I will attend a school board meeting. I will be in there as a parent. I will voice my displeasure, and I'll have a bunch of left-wingers say I'm a domestic terrorist. That's what I'll get labeled, because it is outrageous. And again, I understand the venue. Montgomery County is probably 65% Democrat voters to 35%. We know Bucks County is a lot more 50-50-ish in that ballpark. But this is infuriating that these schools would allow, and I have no idea, Dawn, how many transgender men pretending to be women, want to use the bathrooms. It might be 1 in the whole school district. It might be 100. I have no idea. But if one female feels like they're being violated or even feels uneasy about it, it's one too many, in my opinion. And I don't just say that as a dad of girls. It's just common sense, right?
Yeah, the fact that they're all doubling down on this is a real problem. It's supposed to be the law of the land, and so will federal funding be pulled? How will this play out? But you'll notice that nobody's talking about it, and that's what's interesting to me, because they know that this is like as you've said, it's like a 95 to 5%
right
type thing. Nobody thinks this is okay, especially at the high school level,
No.
where girls are made to feel uncomfortable in a locker room and a bathroom. And there's no, if somebody for whatever reason feels self-conscious and they want a private bathroom, all these schools provide that for any child or teenager. If they need privacy, they all say that they provide that. So it's not about being mean or bullying. It's just this bizarre agenda that they're not going to give, that they're doubling down on. I mean, that's what that shows you.
Think about how easy this solution could be.
Yeah.
You have men's bathrooms, you have women's bathrooms. You go into these schools and they say boys or girls, male or female. But then you have, the bathroom that is dedicated to just a door, one toilet, a sink. Maybe it's a faculty bathroom. Maybe it's a handicap accessible bathroom. Accommodate everybody. But you know what? To me, if you can't muster enough gumption to say, sorry, you're a biological male, you will continue using the bathroom, then let that individual, 3 individuals or however many individuals are identifying as trans, whatever, have them use the single bathroom, right? I see it at my girls. Well, they're no longer in Bluebell Elementary, but right by the brand new gym that they built the whole new school. They added a whole new wing to it at Bluebell Elementary. Right as you walked into the gym where they have the chorus and the band concerts that I had to sit through in the winter and the summer. God, I wanted to blow my head off. You haven't lived until you've seen a 5th grader play the cello. The bathroom right there was legitimately, because my father-in-law had to use it, and he comes out of it. My mother-in-law goes, what were you doing in there? He goes, I was in the bathroom. He goes, well, why didn't you use the boys' room? He goes, oh, I didn't want to be in there with a bunch of, 3rd graders and 5th graders or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they don't have solutions for this problem.
Mm-hmm.
They just refuse to address it because they're afraid. I would think that the schools know this is nonsense, I think, for the most part. But they're afraid of the backlash from said people's parents that are saying you're discriminating. That's what this is about, in my opinion, right? Don't you think this is a discrimination? They're trying to avoid any sort of civil suit and liability?
All of the above.
Beyond pushing an ideology that most people don't subscribe to.
Yeah, but there are some, in Montgomery County, you're paying for it. Your taxes, the taxes in Monco have gone up. I've reported on this now. I think they're going up again, but they've gone up. I've reported recently, within the past few years, they've gone up twice.
Yeah.
They're going up again. And all this is your tax dollars at work because they doubled down. They hired somebody in a position of like DEI. They've created all of this bureaucracy. Why?
Yeah. And look, the Trump administration has had some victories on a litany of fronts here with, Semitism. Ivy League's just paid, settled for $200 million. We've seen the Penn story with Thomas. So I would think, withholding federal funding will get people to change their tune. If you want cash, you need to do what's common sense and to do what's right for females. 855-839-1210, the number. Will come back. And speaking of doubling down, we'll get to the Sydney Sweeney update from American Eagle and also Trump's opinion on Sydney Sweeney. New details emerging over the weekend on a story that I never thought was controversial to begin with, yet it's still out there in the news cycle. But first, a word from our friends at Bucks County Estate Traders, because they don't make furniture like they used to. And if you're tired of cheap, mass-produced junk, let me tell you about my friends at Bucks County Estate Traders. Matt Stanella, the owner, furnishing my home. I will be in it in 12 days using the Bucks County Estate Traders. Unbelievable plethora of furniture. And we're talking about all kinds of high-end furniture. Over 16,000 pieces. Brands like Stickley, Baker, Henredon. It's the kind of quality craftsmanship that stands the test of time. And it doesn't matter what type of house you have or what style you're looking for. And I don't know the first thing about furniture style, but they have classic, modern, rustic, traditional. We showed the layout of the house. They said, what are you looking for? What stands out? I said, boom, I like that. Done. You're going to find stunning pieces that will fit your home. Doesn't matter if it's the living room, the dining room, the home office, even the man cave. And trust me, the man cave will be set up. Bucks County Estate Traders, they have it all. Every piece, a QR code which displays details instantly. You can check out their website, call ahead. They're going to have the pieces ready to show you when you arrive. Visit buckscountyestatetraders.com or stop by their showroom in Hatfield.
Celebrate the art of relaxation during the Spring Dance Hot Tubs Anniversary Sale, August 8th through Labor Day. Save up to $5,000 on in-stock luxury hot tubs from Hot Spring and Caldera, with additional savings for immediate delivery. Experience endless pool swim spas and swim all year round, starting at just $170 a month. Enjoy 50% off all endless pool accessories and save up to $2,000 on the only automated cover by Covana, the ultimate in spa elegance. Visit springdancehottubs.com for details. Financing available with approved credit. See stores for details.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last.
Hey, it's Rich Zioli. I want to tell you about a company that doesn't just do business in the area, they are an actual part of the community. Emmons Roofing and Siding. Emmons is family-owned and operated and local for more than 35 years. They treat your home like it's their own. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Emmons does it all. And with their Owen Corning Platinum status, you're getting lifetime protection. Don't mess around. Trust Emmons just like I do. Call them today at 855-4-EMMONS or go to callemmons.com and tell them I sent you.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
At PJ Fitzpatrick, you don't have to pick between affordability and quality. You can get American-made windows that are beautiful, affordable, and energy efficient. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Plus, they provide peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor for your new windows. You can have it all. Visit TrustPJ.com today for a free design consultation. That's TrustPJ.com.
At Citizens, we know when you're into something, you seek out advice. We all do. When you're into fitness, you got a trainer.
Another 12 reps. Let's go.
Wellness, a meditation expert.
And breathe.
And a stylist when you realized fuchsia wasn't your color.
That's so you.
So, what about advice for your money? From making a plan to reaching your goals, Citizens has the guidance you've been looking for all along. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Get started at your local branch or online at citizensbank.com/made-ready.
Chronic pain, cancer, fatigue. Find out about the benefits of medical hydration therapy on Health Watch with Dr. Molly Fantasia every Sunday morning at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Get up, Harry!
I think he's up. We'll see if he's ready to go in 12 minutes when Harry Mays joins us. Another edition of the Cut Sheet starts at 7:45. Always my favorite edition, fresh off of a weekend of commentary. 855-839-1210.
If you're just joining us, I just want to, we had some technical issues this morning with YouTube. They seem to be better now, better-ish. Get on over to YouTube, hit the like and subscribe buttons because I need to get back in people's algorithms. We're only at 151 likes, so I need to get over 200. So I need 50 people right now to hit the like button so we can get over 200. Do that right now, youtube.com/@1210WPHT.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. And I apologize for my outburst this morning. It's very very unprofessional.
It's very grumpy.
It's very grumpy. It's Monday. Everybody feels.
Will you be having a meeting with your...
I might.
That's all right.
Yeah. Whatever is bothering you, you need to remember people come here for something and they don't want to hear you yelling. So, thank you.
So please just let him get into your algorithm already. Make his
I
day.
love sticking people. Yeah, 50 people right now. Get on over there and hit the like button.
Well,
Thank you.
Sydney Sweeney, she stuck a lot of people. American Eagle, they stuck a lot of people. And American Eagle, as I mentioned in the big take this morning, doubling down, not apologizing because they have nothing to apologize for. And that's the thing. You never bend the knee and you never give the far left, the 2% of society, an inch. Because if you give them an inch, they will try to take a yard and stretch it out to a mile. They said on Instagram on Friday, American Eagle Jeans, quote, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes, her story, spelled Jeans. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. And now, I can't believe this is actually a true story, but it is. The Border Patrol has released a spoof advertisement talking about how their agents have great genes, Genes. And when you put up record lows with numbers like you do every month for the last 6 months in this administration, you can do a spoof ad because you're knocking it out of the park with shutting down the border. So that's good work out of them. And then we have this over the weekend as Trump was asked about Sydney Sweeney being a registered Republican. And Trump said, that. Oh, you do have that? Okay. If we have that, Phil, let's roll that because I think that was on Friday before he was getting ready to jet off to wherever.
It's 29, Phil.
There it is. Yep, I see it. Let's roll this one.
Actress Sydney Sweeney came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican? Yes. Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
I think her ad is fantastic. I think also the other side of, the AAS, whatever. I think that is also fantastic. Here's my rule of thumb, as always, with entertainment. I don't need to know your politics. I don't care what your politics are. Give me one of two things. Either politics is off limits for athletes, entertainers, musicians, or both sides are equally allowed to voice their political views. Sydney Sweeney, according to reports, registered Republican. She relocated last year to Florida. registered as a Republican in the summer of 2024. I'm going to presume that she ended up voting for Donald Trump. There was also a video. I don't know how recent it was. I can't even tell you for sure 100% if it's authentic, where she was firing off a bunch of...
yeah, Taryn Tactical released it. So
okay. It is authentic?
We have this too.
Okay.
27, Phil.
Yeah, clip 27. She was basically getting her...
It's a good thing you read the show sheet.
No, it's on there. I saw it. I didn't know if it was authentic or not.
27.
7, yeah. This is her Tulsi Gabbard skills.
Apparently this is the first time she ever fired.
First time?
Yeah, that's what they say here.
Jeez, like Mia, better than Mia King shooter.
Time 9:21. Oh my God, girl! Your first time. That was really good.
You're going dog nuts. I mean,
Reading, girl. Yes.
See, I couldn't tell if that was authentic because I don't think that looks like her in that video. But I guess I don't know. She changes her look constantly.
Well, that was the first time, so she's Greg. Was she a little younger than she is now?
Yeah, Fox News released it, so it's authentic enough.
Okay, so there you go with that, and a couple of other things that I wanted to mention with this story, and here's where I think the politics comes into play and can be very effective. So Wall Street Journal wrote this ad, and I don't know what's going on with the Wall Street Journal these days, but they write, American Eagle's male-geared Sydney Sweeney ads have Gen Z women scratching their heads. A couple of tidbits and highlights from this. American Eagle's jeans campaign with Sydney Sweeney drew criticism for its sexualized approach and focus on Sweeney's appearance. Critics questioned if the campaign, with its great jeans pun, missed the mark. And experts note the campaign reflects a shift towards more sexualized marketing as brands seek attention in a crowded market. I mean, I didn't think that ad was super sexual in nature. I mean, if you go back to the 80s with jeans ads, I thought they were far more sexualized. Who was it that you mentioned, Dawn, on Friday?
The history, yeah.
Was it Bridget or Brooke something? The one that was dating Andre Agassi?
The history of the jeans.
Yeah,
Brooke Shields. The famous Calvin Klein ads were with Brooke Shields. There were a couple of them, but Brooke Shields, I think, was much younger. And so part of it was that she was sexualized at a very young age. So that's a little different than this situation. But I would just, are you kidding me?
Right.
Talk about sexualized. We've had men dressed up as women shoved in our faces, being all sexy as a man. You know what I mean? Dressing up as a woman.
Embracement of drag shows and people are losing their mind over a lady in jeans
who is just sexy,
right?
Like she's just saying a few things like about her jeans or whatever, but she just is a female who, if it's sexualized, is because she's sexy.
We had a transgender influencer last year for Easter twerking next to the Easter bunny at the White House.
Yeah, thank you.
And you're losing your mind over. Not Brooke Shields. What's her name? Sydney Sweeney. I mean, give me a break with this. Yeah. But here's where I think this is going to hurt the Democrats. I'll tell you right now, because if Sydney Sweeney embraces her politics and is more outwardly aggressive with it and outspoken, we already know that Gen Z men, 18 to 29, move towards the GOP.
Can I ask you guys a question? You say this is going to hurt the Democrats. Has any Democrat come out and spoken about it, or is it just a bunch of dip blanks on
it's largely a social media thing.
Social media,
correct?
Complaining about it,
right? But we saw how influential social media was this past election.
But again, you're saying it's going to hurt the Democrats.
Here's why: I think you're going to see some females that are like, you know what? It's okay for me to show off my body, and it's okay to be a Republican. I mean, Trump's biggest liability right now is with young, single, college-educated women. If there's females out there that are somewhat on the fence politically for common sense issues, and they see Sydney Sweeney embracing whatever it is that she embraces, which I don't really think. The odd part about all of this is she doesn't go out of her way to shove anything down anybody's throat. To this day, and I know I'm a little out of it at times with pop culture, I don't really have much of a Rolodex to pull from with her. If I didn't follow the story in the last year and a half with her, I really wouldn't know Sydney Sweeney.
I agree with you. I had no idea. The first time I heard her mentioned, honestly, was that story we did a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago when they were selling her bathwater.
Right.
That's
just really disgusting.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I know from her.
Yeah. So.
But I think the point, if you look at
I can't believe we're. I'm sorry. I can't believe we're a week into this.
I know.
It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Well, we did a month on Dylan Mulvaney.
But I think whoever, remember with the Bud Light ads, for example, and they got rid of their team and whatnot. But with her, part of the point, the beauty of this ad, you look at the print ads and the video ads, she looks like she has no makeup on. She's very light makeup, very natural. And so I think part of the point is, it's a subtle message. She's just this beautiful young woman. She is who she is. And so you want to define a woman? Well, there she is. They've tried to shove down our faces all of these different people who were all made up and had surgeries and fake eyelashes and fake breasts and fake all this stuff and shoving that down our faces. Here's somebody who's just like these. I like my jeans. I have, making a play on word. But when you look at her, I'm looking at a print ad right now. I don't think she has, maybe a little mascara and a very light lip liner. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no makeup. There's no nothing. It's just, I'm a woman. These are the jeans I like, and I have great jeans.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're on sale right now for like $35.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad as well that they have, they have great prices. They're on huge sales.
Yeah. Hopefully my daughters don't get wind of this.
But they're $35. A lot of designer jeans are like, you know what I mean? 100, 250. These are like $36.
What do you think I should pay for jeans for my girls at 10, 11 years old going for back to school?
$35.
$35?
Yeah. That's what these are on sale for. It's great.
I'll take it under advisement. Seems a bit steep to me.
I've never paid that little for jeans.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. Well, men's jeans, you're probably paying
more than that.
Yeah, I would probably have to pay today. In this day, I haven't bought a pair of jeans since 2022. The ones I bought 3 years ago don't fit anymore because I got fat. They had to be at least $75.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a pair of Banana Republic, and I was a little cringe at spending $75 for jeans. And I might go back to the Wranglers and the Levi's. Probably get them for $50, right?
Yeah, the Levi's are not cheap.
No?
They're expensive. Mm-hmm. Look it up.
I'm going to have to go out and look around for jeans
American
today.
Eagle.
Do some jeans reconnaissance. All right, 7:44 and 54 seconds. We say good morning to Harry Mays for another edition of the Cut Sheet.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good morning,
Good
Harry.
morning.
How are you, buddy?
Harry, you have any
good.
American Eagle jeans?
No, but this is pure genius out of this company. They've gotten a whole week or more of this.
I know.
For nothing.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's genius. You just enrage a bunch of fat women with purple hair, and all of a sudden you get, you ignite your advertising campaign.
It's great.
Brilliant.
Yeah. American Eagle has figured out how to work without a budget now, but maybe if NPR and PBS could, they would survive.
Right.
There you go. All right. Let's find out what's lined up for the Cut Sheet, shall we?
What's on the Cut Sheet?
Yeah, what's on the Cut Sheet on this Monday? Harry, I don't know if you've been listening, but I had to apologize for my outbursts.
I heard you apologize, but I didn't hear what for.
Oh, it's been a morning. My microphone broke. The YouTube video needed to be restarted.
There's no graphics on the
There's no
YouTube.
graphics. It's just it's a mess in here.
Rough morning for Craig.
It's a rough morning. I lost all my viewers and all my likes, and you know how that affects me, Harry.
That affects you.
It
Yeah,
does.
I liked the page. It was
Thank you.
155 when I
now we're at 224. I need to get over 300, so I need 80 people.
Well, I thought it was 200. You were saying.
Yeah, well now that 200 is passed, and now I need 300.
Well, what's the tipping
Watch it,
point
Harry.
to get in everybody's algorithm?
He's just getting a little happier. Will you not challenge him, Harry?
I just need
moving the goalposts.
That's what I do. 80 people right now. Go on over to YouTube and hit the like button. Okay. All right. That's not what they care about. They care about content, and that's what I'm giving them because I have 8 pages of content. That's the problem. Is that like we come in here all prepared, and then stuff breaks and goes wrong, and it just throws me off. I need to be more professional. So let's start here with Cut 1. Let's talk about the Kevin Hassett was on with Meet the Press. He was on with Kristen Welter. Welks.
Oh, Welker first.
Welks.
And the big was the job report manipulation, as the Trump administration is claiming, firing the Erica Frankenfurter or something, whatever her name is.
McIntorfer.
Erica.
Erica Frankfurter. Erica Footlong.
Yeah.
Erica $5 footlong.
Yeah. Another person with a bloated government job. All right, let's start with cut one, shall we? Let's go. Come on.
What evidence does the administration have that she manipulated the jobs numbers?
Right. Well, what we've seen over the last few years is massive jobs numbers. In fact, they were extremely reliable, the kind of numbers that you want to guide policy decisions in markets through COVID. And then when COVID happened, because response down a lot, then revision rates skyrocketed, so that the typical monthly revision often was bigger than the number itself. And now we had a number that just came out. The actual number for the month wasn't so bad, but the 2 months before were revised down by more than had ever happened since 1968. And in 2015, Alan Greenspan and I were asked to attend a conference at BLS where we were asked to give advice about how to modernize the data. And we warned that if they didn't let the data collection calculation keep up with that was happening in the economy, that we would have problems like this. And finally, in the UK, they had a very similar problem. And in 2023, they had to, for a while, shut down the data agency in the UK for the same kinds of problems.
But just to be very clear,
There you go.
There's the Welks. By the way, wearing the same green jacket for the third consecutive Sunday. Doesn't she have anything else in her wardrobe? I mean, she has less clothes than I do. It's outrageous.
Is that right? You're keeping track of her wardrobe?
It's like she's wearing a master's jacket there, by the way. It's like the green jacket. Harry, my take earlier this morning was whether it's manipulation or mistakes, that this individual had to be relieved of their duties.
What was her batting average?
I mean, what's 3 out of 48? It's gotta
3
be,
for 48?
Yeah. I mean,
my goodness.
3 into 48 is 6.2%. I mean,
Right.
you're wrong 93% of the time, whether intentionally or accidentally. Somebody's
Right.
doing something wrong.
I totally agree.
My beef with Trump was that he kept this person this far into this term.
Yeah.
I would have whacked this individual by Christmas.
I totally agree with you. I mean, 3 for 48, and she was a holdover from the previous administration. You're spot on. Why was she here in the first place? It's a great question.
Cut 2 here on claims the labor statistics chief rigged the job numbers. Cut 2, go.
does the administration have any evidence that it was rigged, as the president said? And will you be presenting that to the American public?
The evidence is that there have been a bunch of revisions that could
But
appear
hard
to
evidence?
partisans. Well, I mean, the revisions are hard evidence. There, for example, there was a 818,000 revision making the Joe Biden job record a lot worse that came out after he withdrew from the presidential campaign. There have been a bunch of patterns that could make people wonder. And I think the most important thing for people to know is that it's the president's highest priority that the data be trusted and that people get to the bottom of why these revisions are so unreliable.
Well, let me ask.
Is it me, or is Welker just overly dramatic with every question that she presents to any guest? I mean, you would think that, she's trying to get to the bottom of the most pressing issue in the history of humanity with everything and the way she frames it. But on the specifics,
she's the best of them.
You think so?
She is.
I think she overdoes it for me.
She's better than Brennan by far.
Well, Brennan's just nasty.
Yeah.
She's just rude. She's got that smug arrogance to her. But Welker feels like she's been overcoached by whoever brought her up through the ranks, so to speak. But in regard,
she's new.
Well,
she's kind of new.
Is she?
Yeah, she's still kind of.
How long has Chuck Todd been out of this role now?
But she's
3 years.
She's fairly new. She needs like a year under her belt or so to get comfortable in it. I think out of all, remember Trump would talk to her. She was one of the few.
Yeah.
I just think out of all of them, I always want to keep I want to keep the faith. I think she's the best out of all of them as far as the least.
Okay.
She's not nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the other ones just are like, they're like kind of like Greg was this morning when his microphone broke.
But in regards to the actual substance of what he said there, let me just ask this question, for everybody listening. How many people, and this doesn't matter who the president is, how many people evaluate the jobs report on a monthly basis in their consumption of economic news? I mean, I would argue whether the jobs report is good or bad, the way you gauge the economy is what type of cash flow you have to do the things that matter most to you in your life outside of paying the bills, right? So whether
as long as you have a job.
Right. And that's why, like last week we were talking about the GDP, and then we got into, this inflation conversation, and then we're talking about imported goods versus exported. To me, especially with tariffs, it only matters if it affects you, right? Like if you're a consumer of said product where the price has gone up because of tariffs, that impacts your world. But if another 9 people don't use that product, well, then life just goes on business as usual, right?
Yes. I mean, like I go to a gas pump.
Right, correct. Everybody's impacted by gas unless you, ride a scooter all day in Philadelphia.
That's the first thing that I sort of pay attention to.
Right.
I'll just say this, that so I understand that everybody's talking about the data itself, and the numbers are shocking. I mean, to say, well, it was 114,000 jobs, and then a few, several months later say, nope, it was, whatever it was, 14,000. I mean, these are big differences. I think a piece of that, as far as the numbers themselves, is that you would hope that if there's that big of a discrepancy, that whoever's in charge of this first calls for some kind of investigation or says,
what was the revised?
There's something really wrong here. I'm pulling them up.
The revised number was 73,000, right?
Yeah, but that's the May and June ones went from, six figures to double. Yeah, here. It was adjusted 73,000 for the month to 14,000.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? It was like
huge.
It was like, whoa. And June they said it was 147. May 147,000, and then it fell to just it fell to just 19,000. Like the numbers were humongous as far as the fluctuations.
Right, and there's no explanation for this.
But Hassett's explanation, and he's a spokesperson out there. So what Kristen Welker, even though we may criticize her delivery, which is what Nick was criticizing, but when she says, well, do you have the tangible evidence of, in other words, somebody going in there, I'm going to fix the number, I'm going to fix them.
Right.
What Hassett, if you listen to him, what he's saying is the reason we had to do this was because of the credibility of the office.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree on that one, that this office, look at the previous administration, look at the current administration, this huge fluctuation in numbers, as you pointed out in the private sector, nobody would get away with that. And so you have to restore the credibility. And the easiest way to do that is throw the head person under the bus.
Why is nobody saying that it was rigged in May and June when they elevated it up? It's only rigged when it comes down. When it comes down.
But remember, Greg,
I mean, she could have been manipulating the data to quote unquote help Trump in May and June.
Well, no, remember though that all of these numbers had these abysmal numbers if they're all true, if these numbers are all true, then the question is, would the Fed have lowered those interest rates? Because part of the reason the Fed, and I know they kept saying tariffs, but they also said, look at the jobs numbers. So the Fed was basing, and the stock market and the economy. I mean, these numbers, when they're released, they affect everything.
Well, we had a caller in the first hour. Now, he never said it on the air, but on the call screener where his comment was typed up by Jimmy, and he never made the point, but I thought it was an interesting point to make if he would have gotten to it. Why not wait on these job reports for 2 months to release instead of putting them out there and then having to go back and make a revision?
And revise them.
What is the rush to have them out on the 4th Friday or whatever it is of every month? Mm-hmm. Why not make sure your numbers are solid, even if that means waiting another 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks, and then only have to put them out once, but make sure that they're accurate? Is this a tradition? Is this required by federal law?
Yeah, it's an antiquated method, and that's what Hassett was trying. Basically, what I inferred from him, it's antiquated. If I'm in that job, I would use AI.
Well, that's
you know what I mean?
where they're going.
And I would even use
That's where
AI.
they're going.
Yeah. But I would even release the AI number. You know, much like your weather person, not Nick Kayal, but you know how the meteorologist will go, well, the European track, it says that the storm could hit here.
All the different models.
Yeah. You could give the model. The AI model says this, the whatever, blah, blah, blah model. I would give because then you don't have like one number. You have this model, and then you can choose to trust who you're going to trust.
Yeah.
More with Hassett 3.
Let me ask you about what William Beach, he was the last commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. He was appointed by President Trump.
That's who we played
He was
earlier,
sharply
6 o'clock
critical of this decision to get rid of his successor. I want to read you what he wrote. He says, quote, these numbers are constructed by hundreds of people. They're finalized by about 40 people. These 40 people are very professional people who've served under Republicans and Democrats, and the commissioner does not see these numbers until the Wednesday prior to the release on Friday. By that time, the numbers are completely set into the IT system. They've been programmed. They are simply reported to the commissioner so the commissioner can on Thursday brief the president's economic team. The commissioner doesn't have any hand or any influence or any way of even knowing the data until they're completely done. Isn't this the very definition of shooting the messenger?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the bottom line is that there were people involved in creating these numbers. And if I were running the BLS and I had a number that was a huge politically important revision, the biggest since 1968, actually revisions should be smaller, right? Because computers are better and so on. Then I would have a really long report explaining exactly what happened. And we didn't get that. We didn't get that. And so right now, people, Goldman Sachs, people on Wall Street are wondering, where did these revisions come from and why do they keep happening? And what we need is a fresh set of eyes over at the BLS. And there are great career staffers. One of the top BLS staffers is actually working in the White House to help us understand the jobs numbers. When I saw the jobs revisions, I literally called up that person and said, I think there's a typo. Because I've been following these numbers all the way back when I worked with Alan Greenspan for something like 40 years, and I've never seen revisions like this.
But just to be very clear,
Oh, God.
I love the outrage when Trump fires somebody.
Oh, I know.
Isn't that great?
God forbid there
my
be
God.
personal accountability or responsibility. I mean, guy made a living firing people on NBC saying, you're fired, right? Now all of a sudden is an issue. But, here's the issue with this. Those numbers, Phil, if you can we throw it back up in the box and just get to the part where the screen shows hundreds and then 40? I want to just recite these numbers. You have to go back a little bit further. And there you go. Stop it right there. These numbers...
40 people are very...
No, I don't need to hear it. Just pause it there. These numbers are constructed by hundreds of people. They're finalized by about 40 people. These 40 people are very professional who have served under blah, blah, blah. And then the commissioner does not see the numbers until Wednesday. The president and his economic team are briefed on Thursday. Report comes out on Friday. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Do we need hundreds of people? And then, what is this, a PGA golf tour event where they cut it down to 40?
You weed it down to 40.
Then we go down to 40, and then we have this hodgepodge of manufactured deliverance. And by the way, if you're the president, don't you deserve more than 24 to 48 hours to look at those numbers?
Digest them.
The only production that has a bigger staff that fails more was Colbert's production team on CBS of 200 people to lose $40 million a year. I don't need hundreds of people. You know what? This is the thing where, maybe AI will serve us well. Let's just have the computer do it. Let's have artificial intelligence do it. That way, there will be no mathematical errors. And if there are errors, they should be very few and far between, very minimal. You can't be off this much and
all
keep
the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
But we played the clip of the guy who Trump appointed last time who said they're revised every month.
They are. And Greg, if you remember,
the revisions are too big.
I reported that in the Biden administration as well. I would say that this is normal that they're revised. The problem, even going back to the previous administration, the problem here is that you saw these huge swings. In other words, they were always revised numbers, but it was not like a huge, 100,000, point difference. You didn't see these huge swings that would impact all of the markets, the banking industry. And the bottom line here is that in the previous administration, we talked about this. Now we're talking about it again. The consistent pattern is the BLS is now the BS. The department. Nobody trusts them. You heard them mention the banks, Goldman Sachs. I mean, this affected the market, but also it looks like it affected, I mean, all the experts are saying, the Fed.
Yeah,
and
and
the fact that they didn't lower the interest rates.
Yeah, and you can call them revisions, but the bottom line is they're mistakes, whether they're good or bad for said president, no matter whether they go up or they go down, they're mistakes. And the notion that, well, it's always been this way, that you should keep, well, because could you imagine in any other profession if mistakes always occur from the same position, the same person in said role, and the defense is, well, there's always
been that way.
Well, why has it always been that way? And why has it been tolerated?
Just imagine if, in Greg Stocker, you're the brand manager, you're the boss, the biggity big boss of this department, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Imagine if something happened and you, Greg Stocker, said, well, this was just the report that was given to me. And this is, I don't see it until the very end. And so what am I supposed to do? I mean, that just, in the private sector, that would never happen. I'll just point out to you, this is the new culture created by the Trump administration, the culture of accountability, the culture of DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, where you have to be accountable, even if you're a lifetime bureaucrat. I mean, Greg, you would never say that. You would go back over things. You would find out the why. You would get to the bottom of it. That's why Greg works like 14 hours a day.
Well, let's talk about the mistake that keeps occurring when Greg comes in here on a Monday. Every Monday, microphones messed up, boards out of whack. Should we just say that's just the way it's always been, or should we fire somebody? Stocker, I want you to fire somebody today. Terminate somebody and let them go work for NPR.
Kevin Hassett on whether Trump will fire anyone whose report he disagrees with. Cut 4, go.
They're transparent and reliable.
President Trump himself was happy to accept the jobs numbers issued under McIntyre's leadership when the numbers were good. Take a listen to what he said in the past.
The numbers were much better, as you know, than projected by the media. In 3 months, we have created 350,000 jobs. Think of that. A lot of jobs are being created. That's what happened this morning. We saw the jobs.
So is the president prepared to fire anyone who reports data that he disagrees with?
No, absolutely not. The president wants his own people there so that when we see the numbers, they're more transparent and more reliable. And if there are big changes and big revisions, we expect more big revisions for the jobs data in September, for example, then we want to know why. We want people to explain it to us.
Let me just throw in this little wrinkle. This just popped into my head because I saw a border thing pop up on TV. Why is it that the jobs report is such a difficult concept to grasp, yet the numbers at the border seem to be rock solid for decades, right? I mean, whether it's a good border or a bad border, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, whether it's the chief deporter Obama or, Trump in the wall and everything he stands for at the border, why are those numbers never in question? Interesting.
Over 14 million, apparently.
Yeah. And that might be the only argument that we've had numerically on the border is just how many actually got in under Joe Biden. And by the way, too, on the jobs report here, I mean, think about that. She was awful, and with 45 revisions out of 48 months, he keeps her, numbers are good. I got to be honest, if I'm not being a hypocrite, I would fire her if she made me look bad. I'm being judged right now on the economy. Everybody's up my you-know-what.
It's the number one issue besides the border.
Right, because there's nothing to talk about with the border. You already nailed that. You are ultimately going to be evaluated on the economy, and now you have these revisions, and then I got to keep hearing about tourism in Vegas going down. People aren't spending when they're in Las Vegas, and now people are just looking. You can't give the media, and this is, again, why I would have fired this person as soon as I took over. I'm not giving Democrats or the media anything to latch onto right now because they're both in massive decline right now. So,
but I love how the question was framed too by Welker. Like he's a dictator. It always comes across that way. Right?
Yeah.
It's it's her job to ask these provocative questions. if Trump had that question, you'd say it's a stupid question. It's definitely a biased question, but it's also she's being a provocateur to get a strong answer. Hassett doesn't give the strong answer.
But he was out. Trump.
He puts me to sleep.
What she was doing was just playing Trump in the last couple of months, going out touting job numbers. So when the job numbers don't match up to what he's saying, then it's a fair question.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't disagree with that. I have no issue with any of the questions.
I mean, look, it's your job sometimes to ask the tough question or the provocative question because usually you elicit a stronger response. Hassett, you can tell.
He doesn't.
He's a seasoned pro. He's not going to get mad.
So going forward, are we just not going to, we just shouldn't trust, the market just shouldn't trust these job numbers going
They don't
forward.
trust them, Greg, and that's the problem. They were hearing from the private sector saying, we cannot trust these numbers. The office of the BLS has lost all credibility, and not just in this administration, but if you combine the pattern, they don't know what they're doing. And so it affected the market. So look at how the Dow went down on Friday. You know what I mean? All that was going on.
And then you throw in all the shenanigans with people with insider trading knowledge and access to, data and numbers and what's going on behind the scenes. You're right. I mean, if you're smart and you're in politics and these job numbers are coming out, I mean, they should be tracking all of these congressmen and women and senators with their stock moves in and around these news that come out every 4 Fridays.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro had a cringe TikTok video that was clearly staged.
One?
He pretends that it's not, but it's clearly staged here. You can tell in the middle of this because he goes, "We're still rolling. Keep rolling. Watch this cringe video. YouTube.com/@1210 WPHT. Roll this."
So thank you for choosing Pennsylvania. I'm grateful you're here. Have a wonderful conference. All right. Are we good?
Yep.
You good, Emma?
We're good, but first you should see what this Republican congressman said about the federal budget.
What is this? Just hit play?
Yeah.
They're voting for allowing
it's behind the scenes, guys.
to go to people who are here in the country illegally at the expense of American citizens.
Oh, come on. You know that's nonsense. I don't know why these guys keep thinking they can get away with lying like that. We should, here, Miles, is that still running?
Oh, for God's sake.
All right, so listen, I want to say something about this congressman here, the one who's trying to justify his vote on a bill that is going to take health care away from 310,000 Pennsylvanians. What you just said was total BS. Because here in Pennsylvania, we have a law that says you can't provide Medicaid benefits to folks who are here who are undocumented. So stop trying to lie to cover up your bad vote. A vote that's going to shutter 25 rural hospitals. A vote that's going to take food assistance away from 140,000 Pennsylvanians. And you know that you did all of this just to give a tax cut to people at the highest income levels that don't need it. So cut your BS. Stop trying to make excuses.
Yeah.
You made a bad vote.
Yeah.
You know.
Bad vote.
Democrats stage everything, don't they?
Wow.
Nothing is authentic. By the way, there's moments there where I close my eyes and I hear Obama.
Folks, vote.
Folks.
Did you guys pick up on a little bit of the whininess like DeSantis can do at times?
I did. I was going to say that.
Yeah, he's got a little DeSantis to him too.
And I will say this about, because I've known Josh Shapiro since he was, running in Abington, in his hometown of Abington, PA, but he has never looked more fit than he looks right now. That's how I know he's running for president. You know what I mean? He has been working out. He's lost weight. And as far as his look, he looks great.
Oh,
you know what I mean? With the white shirt, the blue jacket. Yep, the blue
Gotta
jacket
look
with
good
the
in
white
the suit.
shirt. By the way, they're all wearing the Trump blue jacket, but he's never looked better. So he looks like he's gotten into shape for the to run.
Well, that's how DeSantis
Sounds like you
was.
think he's kind of hot, Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just noting that I think that he. So my question is this: to the average individual, did they? We all know the business. To the average person looking at that, it's done pretty well. It's a female young staffer who says, "Before you do that, Governor, check this out." nice little interaction, well done, behind the scenes. People like that stuff. We all see through that stuff, that it's, that they obviously purposely kept rolling and all of that. I don't know that the average person, do they see through it?
Maybe.
No, they don't.
No,
they
don't
absolutely.
think so.
I
I
mean,
think-
he's beloved in this in this state,
And he's definitely on
Well-liked.
on Ozempic too. I mean, he
How
had
do you know he's on Ozempic? We don't know that.
He's lost weight. Look how thin his face looks compared to a
He
few
was
years
never
ago.
big enough to
No,
use
he
Ozempic.
Yeah, I think Harry.
Well, I mean,
agree with
remember
Harry.
DeSantis mustard. He was on it as well.
Maybe he's just riding his bike more.
Yeah, like Craig.
He's taking creatine.
By the way, guys, 20 miles on Friday, 20 miles on Saturday.
Look at you.
Wow. Why are you still riding?
Because I like it.
He's like mini road warrior.
You enjoy riding just for the hell of it?
I do.
Really?
I do.
That's great.
I do.
Yeah, I don't.
I used to too.
Yeah.
I like the Grateful Dead T-shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
60th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, watch the live stream from Golden Gate Park this weekend.
By the way, speaking of losing weight, a study came out that shows if you're going to be on a treadmill, you're better to walk on a big incline, and you'll burn more fat as opposed to running at a high speed and a high frequency on a treadmill.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pass that along.
All right.
So
Yeah,
for those days of running at 6.0 or 6.5 speed on the treadmill, just crank that incline up to 10 and walk.
Or walk the trails that are the tougher trails, like in the Wissahickon.
Yeah, walk outside, dude.
Yeah, walk outside.
It's not
Last
for the
night,
treadmill.
that's what we went on a big walk, David and I, in the Wissahickon.
Yeah.
But offbeat trails, because you're going all uphill and climbing up rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been walking
beautiful
the
yesterday.
it was beautiful. I've been walking the track at Lehigh University.
Nice.
Yeah. When I get to the point where I need to get out of my mother-in-law's house,
Escape the mother-in-law.
I drive over across the street to Lehigh and I walk 12 laps.
The other big news over the weekend that is not making many headlines is the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell got transferred.
Yeah, this was in the big take. I don't like this at all.
From Florida to a lesser security there in Texas, right?
I wonder why.
So this is 15, Phil. This is and the accusers, the Ghislaine Maxwell accusers, are not happy about it, according to a Caitlin Collins report. Roll this.
The president sidestepped a question on this just now as he was leaving the White House about why Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved and if the president had knowledge about this as this was going to happen. Obviously, it was rather unexpected. We found out today that she had been moved. Of course, she had been held in a federal correction facility in Tallahassee, Florida. That is where she was when she went and spoke with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. She left and went over to the federal courthouse for those 2 days of about 10 hours of conversation with him. And then she returned to this facility until today. We learned that she was transferred from that federal facility in Florida to a minimum security prison camp style place, basically in Texas. And so this has raised a lot of questions about the timing of why this happened and, of course, the decision making behind this and whether or not it was tied to those conversations that she had with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. We reached out to her legal team. They did not comment on why she was moved. Obviously, this has also been a moment where she has been under high scrutiny and very much in the press, obviously, over the last few weeks. And Phil, I can tell you, as we're still trying to ascertain more details about why exactly she was moved and what this means for Ghislaine Maxwell's future, several members of one of the Epstein accusers, Virginia Giuffre, and other accusers themselves are furious about this move. And they put out a very lengthy statement condemning it earlier. And I just want to read in part because they believe that basically she's getting preferential treatment, is what they say in this statement. And they say this is the justice system failing victims right before our eyes. They say the American public should be enraged by the preferential treatment given to a pedophile and a criminally charged child sex offender. And so just in that lengthy statement, you can see how angry these families are and what they are reading into this move.
Still,
Kaylee,
still think she's not going to get pardoned, guys?
Trump says still no pardon.
I hope not. What dirt did she give up to get the move?
We don't. We need to know everything.
It's one of two things, right? Either she was cooperative and gets to have a little more roaming free time in a camp-style prison, or my belief is she's now easier to snuff out.
Yeah.
You know, we did talk about this before. She was already in a minimum security prison in Florida. So the headlines, like in the Washington Post over the weekend, I think that, the New York Times, I'm just checking their headline, moved to a minimum security. She was remember we talked about this. She was in a minimum security prison in Florida.
Wasn't she saying that the conditions were not good?
I don't know if it was as minimum as this is. Like she's basically at a country club now, according to things I've seen.
Yeah,
perhaps
it looks like it's
better.
more open to roam. Be interesting to see when the cameras stop working.
But
has she released a statement on social media saying she is not suicidal?
She's not saying any. To my knowledge, she's not saying anything publicly. I mean, anything that's gone public is with her attorneys.
And I don't think the justice system failing by moving her. The justice system failing is that we don't have these people being indicted and arrested, right? Other than Epstein and obviously Maxwell. The justice system failure here is the fact that there's a cover-up and all of these people are still, in theory, if they're not dead already, are roaming the streets and living life.
Well, her speaking to Congress has been suspended indefinitely. So we're going to get nothing from we're going to get nothing from any of this. Absolutely nothing. All we have was Todd Blanche, Trump's lawyer, meeting with her for 9 hours. That's the only thing we have on this.
Last week, and now she gets moved.
And then all of a sudden she gets moved.
And we know nothing other than
There's nothing going on here, guys. Nothing to see here.
She was
Something smells.
Yeah,
of course it does.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Whole thing stinks.
But when she gets when she gets pardoned, we'll all make excuses for that. Just like we do everything else.
No. This is I said last week, Trump's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he pardons her, he lets her off the hook, and if he gives nothing up, then it looks like he has something to hide. You can't
pardon a predator.
No, of course not. And the same thing with Diddy.
Well,
now all of a sudden
he was asked about that.
Yeah, he's not going to pardon him because he said not nice things about me in the
Yeah, that's how we judge things. He's not guilt or innocence. It's who praises me.
Well, you can't pardon him because now it looks like, according to the legal experts, he's looking at substantially more time than they originally projected with his sentencing coming up in October.
We'll get to Diddy in 1 second because that was next on my list. But I just want to put a bow on the Epstein thing. 21 Trump was asked about it. He did an interview with Newsmax. Shocking, I know. 21, go.
Deputy Attorney General sat down with Ghislaine Maxwell for 9 hours. I'm just wondering when the American people get to hear what she said during that interview.
Well, I don't know because I haven't spoken about it, but he's a very talented guy, Todd Blanche, and a very straight shooter.
Yeah.
And I think he probably wanted to know, just to get a feeling of it, because we'd like to release everything, but we don't want people to get hurt that shouldn't be hurt.
Yeah.
And I would assume that was why he was there. I want to release everything. I just don't want people to get hurt. You can't have people associated. First of all, the files were run by some very bad people and very sick people like Comey and Lisa, the whole group, all those people in that office. They ran those files for 4 years. And if they were going to use the files, they would have used it before my election. Because unless they're stupid, which to a certain extent they are stupid.
You're saying they would have released the information?
Well, they had the files.
Election.
They control the files.
Yes.
I didn't control the files. They control the files for 4 years. So if they had something, they would have released it before the election. Because they are not geniuses, but, they're evil.
Right.
There are a lot of evil people. So I can't really tell you much other than Todd went in, and I think he just wants to make sure that innocent people aren't hurt. But you'd have to speak to him about it.
Okay, so
who are the innocent people he's talking about, do you think?
Well, he's talking about the videos. He's talking about all of the videos and those grand jury reports and so on and so forth, especially in Manhattan, in New York, in Manhattan, that district. But he's talking about the videos where they can't show the victims or release any of their names. But I would just say, then blur it out. And by the way, there are now AI. I'm going to mention AI again. But there are AI programs where you could go and blur out all the females and go back. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot in here that back in the day would have been extremely tedious. If you want to release these videos and release these things, you can. There's a pathway to do that. Just blurt out anything involving one of the girls who's the victim depicted in this or named.
Is it me or is this bad PR regardless if you're Trump? I'm thinking about it from the Todd Blanche perspective. So Todd Blanche, one of two things. He's either going down there to get her to spill the beans, make a deal, or perhaps she has told the Trump administration, I'm willing to, dish the dirt in exchange for blah, blah, blah. Or this is a total PR stunt, because I would think if you're Todd Blanche or you're anybody in these positions that Trump has filled out, or anybody from any other administration, don't you already kind of know what's in the... I mean, does anybody actually believe, like Alan Dershowitz said, well, I know everything, but, because of courts, I can't come out and say attorney-client privilege, blah, 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 blah. All of the power players that be, don't you think they know what's in there or what was in there before it got destroyed? So to me, if this is Todd Blanche going down there for 9 hours, coming back, and then we never hear any other details about it, why go in the first place? Because that just opens up the can of worms for the media to say, well, what are they hiding? Why aren't they releasing this? Yeah, okay, names of victims. You don't want to destroy innocent people. We've heard that line 50,000 times already. In a day and age of redactions where we always get all these files released with big black Sharpies through everything, how difficult would it be to black out victims' names and, people that maybe were in his circle that weren't on the island? All we want are the names of the pedophiles and then accountability and indictments. This is not a complicated issue. It really isn't. We've walked around this thing 50,000 different ways. All these mental gymnastics. It's not it's an AB issue. That's it. I am so exhausted by this story. Release it or don't ever talk about it again.
Well, as far as it's not a winning issue, and so every time that President Trump speaks about it, he just raises it, gives them an excuse to put it back in the headlines. The Department of Prisons there in Texas did release a statement, and they basically said that they will never talk about they're not allowed to talk about any specific inmate, but they said that it depends when they move somebody. It also depends on specifically on their requirements, medical requirements.
Yeah.
They released this
I get it.
separation, security measures, protection. So we know there were death threats against her.
Well, I get it. There are prison transfers happen all the time. I'm not saying they don't. All I'm saying is that the timing on this is very suspicious.
Yeah, it is. And look, these poor families. I mean, it's just you guys know that I have followed this story. I've watched every documentary on it. I mean, the Farmer sisters, Maria and Annie. Annie testified at Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. I mean, the Giffray family. I mean, what they've been through. Well, excuse me, Virginia Giffray, who was Virginia Roberts, and her dad worked at Mar-a-Lago.
They don't like any of this, by the way.
I know.
They don't like
it's horrifying.
The
whole
statements
thing.
of,
oh my goodness,
she was stolen from me and all that nonsense.
God, it's just so
Trump
gross.
on possibly pardoning Diddy. Roll this.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
I'm not a fan
so if
of...
he said good things about him, he'd pardon him?
Yeah,
Is that what he's saying?
Probably.
Absolutely.
I don't like pardons at all. Even for the marijuana people that are in jail for dishing out weed, I don't care that it's not a big deal today, but at the time it was. If I was a president and you're convicted of something rightfully, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, on second thought, the changing of the times. Now, I'm a law and order guy.
The deal with Sean John Combs is that so-called Diddy is that they went after him and they never proved all the trafficking stuff. They never they proved. What did they prove?
He was only convicted on 2 of the 5.
That he likes
they prove that he's a bad person.
Yeah.
Right.
But to the point, like this is really gross to say, but they basically prove, or his argument for not spending a day more time in jail. His argument is, well, I paid different people to have relations and I watched, but I never engaged in that.
Yes.
I mean, that's like a gross. So is he gross and nasty and all of that? Yeah.
And beat the crap out of his girlfriend.
And one of those, and the sick part of this is one of the ex-girlfriends, the New York Post had a piece, actually it's just this morning, and actually just posted within less than an hour, where she's the ex-girlfriend. She was supposed to testify against him. She's one of the victims, so-called, who's begging the judge to release him on bail, saying, look, he was a bad guy, but he hasn't. Okay, who is this one? These are such pretty women. It's just so sad that they're like, ugh, the whole thing's so gross.
He should be
this
lined
is
up.
Gina.
Oh, yeah.
Gina, Huynh. Hein?
Yeah.
Gina. She is begging, saying he was a violent. This is the quote. Violent in years.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Firing squad. Firing squad. Honestly, just for that video beating up his girlfriend.
Yeah, Dawn, he was convicted of what? Prostitution and conspiracy, but the trafficking he was found not guilty.
Yeah, so the way lesser charges that basically the sad part is nobody spends, a lot of time in jail for. So he's basically saying they've been holding me in jail and I've served this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, talk to us about Piazza, please.
Sure. Piazza Auto. Oh, my wife is getting excited for this.
Aww.
It is time to get a new vehicle, and she is zeroing in on perhaps Acura. That's because they were just named America's best value luxury brand in Kelley Blue Book's 2025 Consumer Choice Awards. Honestly, a lot of brands at Piazza, all acknowledged by KBB. That means top performance, cutting-edge technology, and unmistakable style, all with long-term value that you can trust. Acuras, man, they hold their value. I've told you before, the ILX, I had over 200,000 miles in 12 years. Still got $4,000 on my trade. From the sporty Integra to the all-new ADX, Acura delivers more for your drive and your dollar. Visit Piazza Acura. Many convenient locations, including Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester. And you can shop online for special offers anytime at piazzaacura.com.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Hi, it's Tom Giordano, and it's here. Rescue Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire year. Their customer appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, stock up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus your order will ship for free. Just use the code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3s, cholesterol support, joint health. It's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-LIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. Speak with a knowledgeable Rescue product consultant. And if you're new to Rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue Natural Supplements. Use that code VIP50 at res-q.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shea.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it today at 1210 WPHT.
8:33, Kayal and Company. It's a Monday morning, 8 o'clock hour, brought to you by First Harvest Credit Union. Savings potential with a First Harvest Credit Union growth savings account. You can earn as high as 3.2% APY. Visit firstharvestcu.com/growth savings for details. Membership restrictions apply. Insured by NEUA. As we continue with the cut sheet and Harry Mays here on this Monday.
A lot of news happening, breaking on the Mark Halperin podcast over the weekend. Let's start here with Sean Spicer. This is 9. He warns that MAGA will erupt if no Russiagate indictments drop. Something we haven't talked about yet. It's a Russiagate yet. But he said...
Which we should call Hillary-gate.
Which he says that that MAGA, if there's not indictments happening, then this is a problem. Roll this.
I think that the problem that exists on my side right now is there's a lot of people who are saying, don't get us excited if you're not going to do this. And so you can tell, very fired up about this issue. It's very personal, and I want revenge. So you know what? If these guys keep pumping out this stuff and declassifying things and don't go anywhere, you think Epstein was bad, you're going to piss off a lot of people if they don't act. So I think that they're creating the impression that things will happen, and there better be some kind of follow-up, because people who dealt with this issue are a hell of a lot more vocal than they are on Epstein. And I think you're getting a lot of people's hopes up. So I don't know yet, but I feel like they have started to create the expectation that there will be something and people want blood.
Dan, are we headed towards the indictment avenue? I have no idea. No idea.
Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Thanks.
I think it depends on how desperate they are to fire their base up. They need to, they'll turn the dial to 11.
Well, but Dan, this is the point. The base is fired up now, and so they didn't need to dial. Now it's there, and you're going, don't pull the rug out from under us again and say, oh, well, now we can't do anything. That you've gotten us pissed off and fired up, so now act.
Well, I would have to ask for the definition of the base. Define me the numeric. I know numbers are a tough thing for people these days because we have to have revisions, but I think it's a select group. I think the average everyday Trump voter living their lives are more concerned about the economy or everyday kitchen table issues. I think it's the people that live and breathe this. Again, with Epstein, who were the people that were really losing their minds? The influencers that were given binders at the White House. I think most people don't track this on a daily basis, but I do think that group, that select group, if he goes 0 for 2 on Epstein and Obama, Clinton, Russiagate, then you're going to have people saying, well, he only drained the swamp and took on the deep state in some capacities. He was able to tear apart the Department of Education, which is great. He was able to defund PBS and NPR. That's great. Doge, all the discoveries. That was great. But the deepest of the deep state, you come up empty.
Well,
I won't judge him by that. I care about the economy.
No, I disagree.
Really?
I mean, the CIA director, John Ratcliffe, saying it's one of the greatest political scandals in American history. The fact that the accusation here is that in all of the evidence, the tangible evidence that they have revealed in these notes that were classified and hidden, and they had to go through and find this, and they said that in fact we can expect this week they're going to release more of these, declassify more of these documents. And the fact that we don't see charges, this is horrible. That the accusation, okay, the accusation, and they're releasing all of this, is that Hillary Clinton, because she feared that she was going to lose, not only was basically fixing information to harm Trump so that but then also fixing it so that a president duly elected was undermined during his entire administration with all the Russia hoax. It wasn't just the media. I mean, they took it to the extent of then using that against Trump and undermining him.
Oh, so
that was horrible.
You're holding this administration accountable for action here.
Yes.
Yes.
There should be criminal.
Absolutely.
This is criminal. And we the people, we were lied to.
In both situations. Though.
Yes.
Last week, I can't wait for indictments to happen.
The indictments need to happen.
I can't wait for the perp walks.
Wow. And we, Greg Stocker, we were right here in Philadelphia, and it was that summer. And this is, if you look at the dates, it was right around the time of the DNC. And they also claim, and that's what they're finding more and more of, remember the Bernie people were just furious because they felt like they were cheated by a fair process. And the other allegation, and I think there's going to be more to come today or this week, that in fact, not only did Hillary basically try to screw Trump, but as well the Bernie Sanders.
So Hillary's going to jail.
I don't know who's going to go to. I don't know. I don't even. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to put any one person in jail, but I want truth, transparency. I want the process.
Well, I think you're going to get
want people under oath. I want everybody to see this, and I want an official proceeding with real prosecutors asking tough questions, and I don't want to see any drama.
You want it all exposed.
Yes. Expose it all so we can see it, because remember, democracy dies in darkness.
Wait, expose it all, and then what? Then everybody walks away free?
So you just want people, you want everybody drugged through the mud, but you don't necessarily want somebody in jail?
Well, if they deserve, I want people to get what they deserve.
There's a difference, I think, between what we want and what we know we won't get. Like, I want the same thing that you want, and I want people in jail. But I just don't put it up on my priority list because I know I'm not going to get it.
So in everybody's mind here, Hillary Clinton is going to be indicted.
No.
I think she could be, and according to this, she very well should be. But also the fact that you had high-level Comey, I mean, all of these different individuals, you have people who were complicit in a lie, and they knew. I mean, they go back and you look at that stuff, and if you remember it, and that smarmy Comey, how he then was under the Trump administration and he knew all of this. And so basically it was a lie by omission, that he knew the truth, and they buried these reports.
This
not
makes
just from
Watergate
us.
look like a petty crime.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Well, I'm guessing people are going to go to jail because people in Watergate went to jail, right?
Yeah.
Well,
they should then. I think the best case scenario is what Turley said. A guy like Brennan gets whacked for perjury.
If they don't go to jail, then will you guys then admit that that was all for nothing, or is the process process what you guys?
I'm already telling you now it's all for nothing. I don't need to wait till this to play out. I know this is a charade, and
I don't think it's a charade.
Once it's confirmed, Bondi's out. Get rid of her.
Wait a minute. Why do you say, Nick? the fact
Any of these
this has
DOJ
nothing to do with Pam Bondi. This is the fact
whole department.
that Radcliffe, thank God he's the CIA chief, that John Radcliffe and others, they went through all of these documents and they have found all of these hidden. These were hidden. So this was not even easy to find. And that's why they're continuing to go through everything and find where they hid all of these little sneaky reports, who was meeting, what they knew, the notes of those investigators, and they're making them public. And that was the Grassley report that happened, that was then made public. So first of all, the first process is make this all public so we can read the reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let us see it and put it out there in the daylight.
But
and then once they get it all together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, once they get all of this together, but these are not like made up.
No.
These are reports that are now declassified.
I think these people,
it happened.
They're all.
Yeah.
I think they are all guilty. What Tulsi has presented to me has been very rock solid evidence, especially that last nugget that dropped on Thursday or Friday. But my problem is, you talk about airing this out, right? Disinfectant, right? Sunlight's the best disinfectant. You got to remember this, and this is the world that we live in here on this station, and those that watch Fox News or Newsmax. Only those people are going to see this.
Right.
This story is not getting any runtime on mainstream media.
Yeah.
Right, because it's biased by omission, of course.
Correct.
Right.
So the American public is not going to really pick up on this,
right?
Considering all of those people that get their news from Yahoo or CBS or TikTok, it's not there.
The people that are hearing it or will hear it already believe it.
This only lives, I hate to break it to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Harry.
this lives
Exactly.
in the right of center echo chamber.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that way.
I
mean,
agree.
anybody
I
in the
agree,
public,
but
these are John Durham's notes that he took, that he found all of this.
Yep.
He did his job. He did due diligence. These are all notes that he filed. So what did they do? And hid these notes from us. That huge Durham investigation. These were Durham's earnest notes. And if you go back and remember when CIA Director Ratcliffe, when he was first, when Trump first nominated him and so on, I wondered at the time, I was like, man, the Democrats are just, they are, spewing all this stuff and putting out early to try to basically harm his credibility. That was what was going on.
Poison the water.
Now you know why. Because they feared that he's somebody who would work hard and go through this kind of thing.
Yep.
And so it's nasty stuff.
Yeah.
So
But do you think we'll
Brennan,
ever see
Comey, Brennan,
Kristen
Clapper?
Welker?
Yeah.
Yep, those three.
Yeah.
They're all going to jail?
If all of this is true, that is
Then they're
coming
all
out in
going
these
to jail.
reports, they should be.
They should.
First of all, everyone is innocent until proven otherwise. They should be given due process.
Sure.
These should be official trials.
Yep.
They should be under oath. They should be questioned. If they are indicted, then a judge, the process should play out. And if, in fact, it's deemed that they did these crimes, absolutely. Think about what Democrats did to J6ers.
Okay.
How often did we report all of these, like thousands of people who were just picked up, and they were hunting them down until the week of the election
Will
last
they go to
fall.
jail? Will they go to jail?
Well,
Probably not.
if it's the right thing, then they should. I don't know what will happen. I'm not unlike the other people, the Democrats who just want to throw people in jail and deny them due process. We are the party of crime and justice. Okay. So I believe in due process. But Greg, the truth is that let the truth come out. Let all of this truth come out so that the freaking media and the Rachel Maddows of the world who spewed Russia, Russia, Russia and all of that for years and spit in all of our faces and Trump's, that they now have to retract. And by the way, New York Times, just give back all of those journalistic awards that you never deserved.
All the
please.
Pulitzers they gave themselves.
You guys realize 90% of the country has no idea what this is or that it's happening.
Which is a sin.
To Dawn's last point and Greg's point, I'll reiterate the numbers again. I tweeted this on July 31st. I mentioned this on the air, too. CBS, ABC, and NBC News spent 2,300 minutes on Trump-Russia in 2016 and 2017. Fast forward to 2025, the same three networks have spent under 3 minutes discussing Obama, Clinton, Russia.
I'm just tired of all of the speak from both sides of, all I heard for 4 years was tomorrow Trump's going to be in handcuffs. Trump's going to be in handcuffs. Trump's going to be in handcuffs. Trump's never in handcuffs. And now I'm hearing from the right is Obama's in handcuffs. Hillary Clinton's in handcuffs. Jim Comey's in handcuffs. It's like, okay, like now you have the power. Now you have the evidence. Like wield it. Wield it. Right. If you haven't, wield it.
So Greg, they're just beginning. They just so it's taken them a while because these sneaky individuals hid all of this stuff. They not only classified it, they hid this within thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. Right. So, I mean, Ratcliffe, the CIA director, was on late last night talking about this and says there's more to come. Okay? There's more to come, but said that we've never
Tune
seen
in tomorrow.
I know.
Can't keep teasing everybody.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
But they are dumping. No, but I mean, they are releasing this stuff. Nobody's reporting on it.
Well,
so you have Rachel Maddow and CNN and all these. They're ignoring it. And you had on your cut sheet, wasn't it last week, that CNN, when Tulsi was holding her news conference, they cut away from it.
All I ever hear though is that legacy media is dead. So who cares if they're not reporting on it? You know what I mean? Like nobody's watching CNN, nobody's watching this, nobody's watching that, nobody's reading the New York Times. So if they're not reporting on it, who cares?
Well, because
right?
Because
everybody's on social media, so it's on social media, so everybody must be seeing it, right?
The modern day legacy media is what my wife. My wife has an iPhone. She gets the Apple News alert. She gets the what other alerts do you get? I think she gets a Yahoo. So while they don't watch CBS News or CNN or the big tech companies that put out their little news things, you know, that's what she gets, and they
can censor it too.
Right. So now here, Kurt throws out a tweet to us, and I disagree with this. Kurt Roth says Hillary doesn't need to go to jail, but she needs to be fried in the court of public opinion, so it doesn't happen again. The Clinton saga was created by continually letting them off in the beginning with Whitewatergate.
She was in the court of public opinion. She ran for president. She lost.
I don't think skewering anybody in the court of public opinion is really punishment.
No, and to undermine a duly elected president for years during his administration and try to derail that, this is like Harry said earlier. This makes Watergate look like nothing, like peanuts.
Great.
I mean, this is terrible.
People went to jail for Watergate. What? I'm expecting people to go to jail for this.
I mean,
it's just beginning.
Let's keep this up because I know that when this administration tells us we have them dead to rights, we know that they have them dead to rights.
They better deliver.
If this thing with Hillary plays out and there's more bombshell evidence and more smoking guns and she just gets the proverbial tar and feathering. Do you really think that's a deterrent from future Democrats down the road?
Well, that's the point.
I don't think it is.
That's the point that Ratcliffe has, and all of them have been making, that in fact this should never happen to any president, Democrat or Republican, moving forward. This is horrible.
Mark Halperin, Mark Halperin reports that the Biden team has dirt to drop on Kamala Harris if she attacks him.
Ooh.
Attacks who?
Biden.
Attacks Biden.
Oh. Roll this.
Little news here, okay? We talk all the time about, what did Kamala Harris know and when did she know it about his cognitive decline? I will tell you, and this has never been reported.
Can I just stop this?
He's annoying.
Every time I see him, he gives good info. I enjoy his info, which by the time a lot of times is right.
A little pervy,
but he's just like him humping people at the water cooler. I just can't get that out of my mind.
She apologized for. That's why he left Morning Joe.
Yeah,
Wait, so this happened at MSNBC?
Yeah, yeah.
What happened?
He was employed by MSNBC, and he would be a contributor and stuff. And he wrote that book with Heilman, right? Him and Heilman wrote all those, political inside books, like
Primary Colors.
Yeah,
right?
they have great sources. I'm not saying that. So MSNBC hired him, and then he would come up to young ladies at the MSNBC water cooler, and
what grope?
Dry hump them.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was fired for it.
Good. He's a pig.
But
I mean, how do you think you can do that in a workplace? What year was that, by the way?
I don't know.
That was what the Obama days, right?
Yeah. Here's my thing too about like when this station hired creepy Dick Morris. And like he would come waddling in here. I have the best political insight ever. And then like all you can think about is him in his underwear with a hooker.
Get off.
You know what I mean? Like with a hooker and just singing Popeye the Sailor Man and just like the problem is you can never get these creepy images no matter how smart or politically connected. Yes.
You can never become you can never unburden yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Speaking of Kamala.
Yeah.
Right.
Game Changers, Halperin's big book.
I worked in the 80s and the 90s. You could never do that even back then, Nick.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say, I mean, a lot of things go on at the water cooler. Humping shouldn't be one.
I apologize for that detour. Mark Halperin, please tell us your info.
I'm going to break a little news here. Okay?
All right.
We talk all the time about, what did Kamala Harris know and when did she know it about his cognitive decline? I will tell you, and this has never been reported barely at all, if the Biden people decide that Kamala Harris is coming after Joe Biden, wait till you hear the Palin-esque stories about how much they tried to help her be prepared to be vice president and be in a position to run, and how much they decided not happening. She's not up to this.
Wow.
And if the Biden people feel threatened, you will hear stories about Kamala Harris as vice president that will not make her look good. Okay, so there's a closeness to the couples. It's not like they're at war currently, but I'm telling you, if Joe Biden feels threatened, if his people feel threatened by her, this is going to escalate in a big way, and she will have a hard time defending against the stories if that dam bursts. They were extraordinary in trying to help her do the job of vice president. They gave her every opportunity. And they found in some instances that she had some issues. Okay?
She was a complete moron.
Wow.
That would be a great fight club.
Yes.
Jill Biden against Kamala Harris.
Oh man. I've got Jill with a first round TKO.
I want to hear that.
What's the you can put lipstick on a pig, no matter how much coaching, no matter how much preparation, no matter how much money went into preparing. Some people just don't have the chops. Certain profession, she doesn't have it in capacity. I've said for years they hate each other.
Oh, of course they do.
I think they were only united in their disdain for Trump, and of course Joe realized if we're going to play the DEI game, I need to have a female minority as vice president. Same thing with.
I mean, he said that pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he basically admitted it.
She checked boxes.
She checked boxes.
Yes, absolutely.
They hate each other.
Yep.
And then then they force him out. But here's the thing. She's not going to drop any dirt. Remember, she had the opportunity to say what she would do differently than Joe. And Sonny Hostin threw that question at her, and she self-grenaded herself and blew up her whole opportunity. Yeah. So
I'm going to be waiting with popcorn to see if that happens, because we don't know what's in her book. I'm sure because she went out of her way.
Well, she doesn't know what's in it either.
She went out of her way to praise Biden on Colbert, so I'm sure there's probably nothing salacious in there, but it's nice to see the Biden team is ready just in case.
By the way, speaking of Colbert, The View, co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin ripped into Kamala Harris. Alyssa Farah Griffin? She's
couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
She's the one on the far right of the set.
Oh, she's on the far right.
She's the alleged conservative.
The alleged
anti-Trumper.
Yeah.
I mean, she worked in the Trump administration, didn't she? So
never Trumper.
She said Harris's decision to appear on Colbert was like announcing your exploratory committee on the sinking deck of the Titanic.
Dawn, talk to us about Kitchen Magic.
Let's talk about the magic, shall we? Kitchen Magic. At Kitchen Magic, they have been transforming kitchens and baths for more than 45 years right here in America, the USA. They're family-owned, second generation strong, and they manufacture their cabinets right in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. What does it mean? It means, of course, no tariffs, no middleman, just expert craftsmanship, and unbeatable value. So this August, take advantage of up to 30% off cabinets during their summer savings event. Trust the name your neighbors have been trusting for decades. Kitchen Magic. You can call or just visit them. KitchenMagic.com today. I love looking at all of the makeovers, the before and after photos, and they have some great features in there where you can picture the magic in your kitchen. KitchenMagic.com. Do it today. KitchenMagic.com. 30% off cabinets. What are you waiting for? KitchenMagic.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-95. That's 800-311-9595.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. And Accredited State University, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 9 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience. Or transfer up to 12 courses. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shapiro.
This is the energy of space and sound. With 3 rows of premium seating, this is the 7-passenger Acura MDX. This is the energy of innovation. Acura, precision crafted performance.
Visit Piazza Acura in Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester today.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for Window Nation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
From now through August 31st, you can get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to get this great offer. Tell them you heard it on 1210 WPHT.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Don Stensland this morning at 10. Kayal and Company now on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT and the free Odyssey app.
9 o'clock on the dot. Kayal and Company, fourth and final hour on a Monday, presented by the Piazza Auto Group, where the Acura Summer of Performance event is going on now at Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Westchester, and Reading. Visit PiazzaAcura.com for special lease offers on the all-new ADX, RDX, MDX, and more. And remember, folks, never forget this.
There was a world before you!
That's right. For all you narcissistic people out there.
Was that me? Wow, it doesn't even sound like me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was you yelling at me saying, there was TV before 1984.
There was a world before you! Man.
Jimmy Kelly adding to the board of Stalker.
Oh, jeez.
Harry, today was not my best performance.
They took a
page
No.
out of my book. No, I have to have a meeting with myself. I'm not really
go back and listen to it.
I'm not really happy with my performance today, and I might have to sit out the rest of the summer.
He's gonna go on a hiatus like the View. He'll be back after Labor Day, folks.
So this is an interesting story to me. I don't know if you guys saw this. A South Carolina police officer collapsed and passed out after alleged fentanyl exposure. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
No.
This is horrible.
So it is, Dawn. I agree with you. But there's been conflicting reports because the level of fentanyl that this woman had, apparently, like, just by breathing it in doesn't cause you to pass out. They're saying that they actually believe she had a panic attack, and it wasn't the fentanyl. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT, because you're right, the headlines everywhere are like, fentanyl exposure causes, she's calling for a Narcan, but like there's other people there. Why aren't they passing out? You know what I mean? From this alleged fentanyl exposure. So it's get on over to YouTube to see this video if you want to. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT, where we're like 50 likes away from 400. So please, we need 50 people to hit the like button. So please do that for me.
So just to clarify, I'm not well versed in the fentanyl game.
Neither am I.
Is it enough to kill you though? On what they.
That's what they're saying, but this is something that they took from this individual who had it. Roll this video.
I asked if you had anything, and I'm still gonna go to jail.
Okay.
Not necessarily. We could work this out a different way. How? We can't now. Hey, you got some over here too? No. Be careful with that. It's nothing in it.
It's a little like dollar bill rolled up.
I take care of my mom. She's got cancer.
That's crazy.
Lung cancer. I need Narcan.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Narcan.
Where is it?
In my car. Why do you want Narcan?
Central 143. We got LP's overdose.
Door's locked.
What is
happening?
Send me a unit.
How did she need Narcan?
Move. Just move.
Is the officer on the ground?
Yes. They're saying it's from the Narcan exposure, but from the fentanyl exposure, but I actually think that this woman
out. Look at that.
I think this woman had a panic attack. I don't think it was from the fentanyl.
I got you. LT, I got you.
See?
Now, what does the Narcan do here?
It
revives you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that for like
overdoses.
Yeah.
How do they?
And the suspect is just standing there, handcuffed. Why she didn't take off running?
This is
I don't think
bizarre.
you did it on uniform.
I did.
Okay.
2 doses of Narcan administered. Just leave it. You want me to sit you up?
No.
It sounds to me like she's having a panic attack.
Okay, just give me a second.
Which is another red flag for a police officer. But,
Yeah.
So just for those
Is
of you,
anybody reporting that, Greg? Because I'm looking at all the reports that she collapsed from. I mean, she clearly collapsed.
yes, she clearly collapsed, and it says from a fentanyl exposure because that's what the headline is. But I'm just telling you that I don't know that to be true.
Is that how
like
you
she was
act
having
when you
like
have a panic attack?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
It looked like she was having like an epileptic seizure or something.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening and can't get over to YouTube to see the video, two officers have we'll just call her a woman,
a perp,
who had a dollar bill rolled up with fentanyl inside of it, and they pulled it out, and that's when they were saying that it was like, I need Narcan.
Wow. I'm wondering what would cause this off. If you're correct, Stalker, saying that this is a panic attack.
Well, why didn't it affect anybody else but her?
Because the Lieutenant Kristen Riddle, she was the one who began conducting a search of the vehicle. So she searches in the vehicle. She's the only one who did that. And during the search, then Lieutenant Riddle, she also found the folded dollar bill hidden in the suspect's bra. So she's the one
who touched it.
She was in the car, which would be a contained area. Then she pulls out the dollar bill, which had the fentanyl all over it.
Right.
And she had the exposure, they say. I will also tell you.
I'm going with panic attack.
I will also tell you that you know, I would imagine they'll do blood work on her.
Yeah.
But different people react, differently to like if you have allergies. You know what I mean? Just as
she was reacting to handling fentanyl, which is and having a panic attack like that in a situation like that, if it was from a police officer like that, is not a good look.
Well, I agree if that's the case, but what makes you think that was a so? To me, the suspect is pretty much under control. This looks like a routine drug stop for the most part that you would see on Cops, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got some southern person with 3 teeth, and they've been pulled over by the authorities. That's not my crack pipe, Why would a panic? And I've never had a panic attack. I've never seen.
I don't know why
anybody.
you're talking about. But nobody's saying panic attack.
No, I'm
They're
just
all
saying in response to
they
Greg.
had excessive heat, and so there's excessive heat. So when she's leaning in the freaking car. And it's like 95 degrees out with the heat indices.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about 105 degrees. All of the officials in South Carolina there are saying that because of the oppressive heat, excessive heat of the day, she did not have gloves on.
Right.
And she should have had gloves on, they're saying. And that she was the one that they're saying the sheriff confirmed this is the most serious fentanyl-related exposure involving a county deputy.
Not buying it.
That's what. Well, I don't know why you're going here. There's no evidence.
You should have gloves on.
Put up a poll.
Slacker, have you ever had a panic attack and collapse like this when the board was like malfunctioning?
I have not, but I know people who have had panic attacks. And
have you known anybody? She had to have 2 doses of Narcan.
Yeah.
But I'm also not buying it was hot. It's South Carolina. It's always hot.
It's always hot.
YouTube.
Right, but in other words, if it's 100 degrees and you're leaning and doing a search in a vehicle, right, and you're inhaling all of that, which she should not have done, and then when she handles it,
maybe she was
she should
dehydrated.
not have been handling it with without gloves on. Even her own sheriff is criticizing her. I don't know why you guys are like making something up.
I'm not making anything
nobody's
up.
saying.
I'm not. All of a sudden, Dawn Stanslin is taking mainstream media news. Oh, isn't that something?
No,
I thought it was fake news.
I'm reacting to a video. No, I am reacting to a video of a law enforcement officer who's on the ground, and they have to revive her with not just 1 dose of Narcan, but 2.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. What was it? Exposure or panic attack? YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Let's roll the video one more time. If you don't believe me, look, I don't know any of this to be true. All I'm saying is that this doesn't look like a fentanyl exposure. It looks to me like a panic attack.
What does a fentanyl exposure look like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
Mr. Expert.
I feel like in a fentanyl exposure, you're like you pass out immediately, or like something happens to you. Like there's no what situation would you be in where you there's trace amounts of it, and like it gets in your nose, and you're like you know what I mean?
For what it's worth, I looked up the symptoms of serious allergic reaction to fentanyl: swelling of the lips, mouth, throat, or tongue, tightness in the throat, or difficulty swallowing,
which might make you panic,
sudden confusion, drowsiness, or dizziness.
By the way,
fainting.
Now, which was it? Panic attack is winning. Thank you, YouTube chat.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, the YouTubers are coming.
Now you love the YouTube.
Now you love the YouTubers, huh?
Get off my YouTube. YouTube.com.
We are all biased hacks.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Let's roll the video one more time if you don't believe me.
Let's see.
I asked if you had anything.
And I'm still gonna go to jail.
Not necessarily. We could have worked this out a different way.
How?
You can't now. Hey, you got some over here too?
No.
Be careful with that.
It's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it.
I take care of my mom. She's got cancer.
That's crazy.
Lung cancer.
I need Narcan.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Narcan.
Where is it?
In my car.
Why you not in it?
Central 143. We got LT's overdose.
See how he's wearing gloves?
Right.
And so the sheriff is speaking out.
Narcan.
Send me a unit.
How did she need Narcan?
Move. Just move.
How?
Where is
Wouldn't
it?
go back and get the keys?
He runs to the car, gets the Narcan. He runs back to the female
Give me a minute.
officer.
Narcan.
Give me a minute. I got you. LT, I got you.
Packaging.
But she may be panicking because she's having, like Nick said.
That's a panic attack. That's not a Narcan attack. That's a panic attack.
But you might panic if your throat is closing
One
up
can
and
lead
you're
to the
feeling
other.
that.
Yeah, one can lead to the
So-
other. I'm actually of the belief that this was what Dawn is saying. This was whatever you said, allergic reaction or something.
Which is very possible.
Which maybe led to the panic attack, especially if you suddenly
you
can't
start-
breathe.
Because if your throat is closing up and you're like, oh crud.
Yeah.
But the sheriff is what the sheriff is saying is that they continue to prioritize training and safety protocols for deputies in the field, especially when handling suspected narcotics. For example, you need to wear gloves, and if it's 95 degrees out, don't breathe the air in when you're searching a vehicle like that in the heat. So the sheriff is talking about safety protocols and gloves, and you see that the male who runs and gets the Narcan, he has the black like plastic gloves on, so he had the protocols. Right. She did not.
Let's just put a pin in this story. That's all I'm saying. Let's just put a pin in the story and just wait to see what comes out of this. That's all I'm saying.
I can't believe the
chat
YouTube
is saying,
chat.
Yeah. The chat's saying that Greg's an expert. He's wearing a Grateful Dead t-shirt.
By the way, for what it's worth, on the YouTube chat right now, Panic Attack is winning. Oh. So,
the deputy with Officer Riddle quickly administered 2 rounds of Narcan. She was taken to the hospital. She was treated, and at this point, Monday morning, she's now home recovering.
Good. I want a full recovery. But do we agree that, like, if a police officer has a panic attack over, like something like
It's
that,
not good.
then maybe she shouldn't be on the job?
Yes. Right. Yes. If in fact it was, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only point I'm making.
I need.
Where in South Carolina was this?
Berkeley.
I might be moving down there.
Berkeley County. You're not allowed to move down there.
Okay.
Berkeley County. I don't know where that is. We have a listener in South Carolina, Dave. David in South Carolina. Tell us where Berkeley County is, because I have no idea.
Can't believe Harry's going to leave us.
We're way over, and I hate when that happens.
Kayal and Company Fight Club.
I almost forgot about
for a fight.
I am looking for a fight.
Fights will go on as long as they have to.
We know fights equal rating.
You got knocked the out, man.
Fight Club on this Monday, sponsored by Tri-County Auto Group, 3 locations, 1 priority you. Visit tricounty.com. Tricounty.com. Thank you, Tri-County Auto Group, for sponsoring the ever important Monday edition of Fight Club. So we decided to go with my favorite store, Walmart. This fight happened at a local Walmart. I don't know pretty much anything else about it. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Let's roll this one. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Oh!
Yep.
These are two heavyweights.
Yeah.
Get the hell off of it, right?
Oh, there's a kid.
Now we got the chokehold.
In the shampoo aisle.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I was just going to say. Uh-oh. The top's coming off. No. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best one.
Watch out for the herbal essences. Oh, there goes the Pert Plus.
This is white trash at its finest. He's punching her.
Still going. It's like a high school wrestling match in the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Punches
kid.
being thrown.
It's going to take a woman to get I ain't doing it.
The kid's kicking.
Yep.
Oh, the kid. Oh,
my
The facial cleanser. The body wash
Picked
to
up
the
a bottle
head.
of shampoo.
Oh. I'm assuming
That's the
that
best one yet.
Yeah, I think the kid is the child of the lady that's dominating the fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
I love a good white trash Walmart fight.
Oh.
That
is
was
good.
amazing.
Yeah. You said that was somewhat local?
No.
Okay.
I said I didn't know where it came from. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT.
I'm going to say South Carolina. Man, that's the thing too. As a guy, if you heard him at the end there saying, "I'm going to let a woman break this up. I'm not getting involved." That's where we are in society now. Men are hesitant to react because we get accused of something.
All right, Dawn, you're out of this one. Let me just ask Nick and Harry as men.
Mm-hmm.
Two women are getting, thrown down. Are you stepping in to like break it up or try and help?
Only
if my wife is part of it,
Yeah.
then I would. If not, I'm not getting involved.
Only if I have some sort of relationship with one of the females.
Okay.
Sister,
But
wife,
I'm not videotaping it either.
coworker, friend. Yeah. No, I'm definitely no. This whole videotaping thing. The last thing I'm thinking about is pulling out my phone. If I pull out my phone for a fight, it's to throw my phone at the combatants.
A man is kicked out of a St. Louis soccer game for wearing a MAGA hat.
I saw this.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
As security tells him political statements are not permitted.
Although, don't they have a
the
pride
trans
flag?
pride flag?
Yeah.
Boy, it's
only select political arguments.
It's very like this is. But what's funny about this too is the cop comes up to him and he's like, "Look, I'm with you.
I'm just doing my job.
I'm just doing my job." Is basically is basically what this guy said.
Yeah.
What's the St. Louis soccer team?
You said
I have no idea.
You said MLS. Who cares? Yeah. No, actually, who cares is correct. Because it's not the best soccer on the planet anyway.
Dawn, that's a very fair statement.
And Americans hate soccer.
That is a very fair statement, Dawn.
For the most part.
All right, roll this.
We're on cameras up here. No, I just want to make sure. Yeah, what's up? I'm Michael Weitzel. I'm being asked to leave by the police because of Donald Trump.
Hey, I'm a Donald Trumper.
You're a Trump fan?
I'm a man. Yes, I am.
So I just want
all these coppers you got to deal with in MAGA, but they're not political here. They don't want any kind of political.
So those flags over there.
Those are pre-approved.
Those flags over there. Those aren't
pre-approved.
So my question to you guys is: are these rules equally enforced on everybody?
And here's my question to you.
And the only way I can do that is if I enforce it with you.
Or you just go out.
Go out and handcuff. So I'm being threatened with arrest. What law am I breaking? What am I? We ask you to leave. You're asking me to leave. Am I being evicted from the premises?
You're going to be handcuffed. You want to make a big...
We're going to walk up. I'm being evicted from the premises because of Donald Trump. Because we can't wear Donald Trump hats in public. And so now I'm being evicted from the premises. We need a big procession to get me out of here. Trump is not welcome in St. Louis City SC Club.
All right.
St. Louis City Soccer Club is part of the MLS.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're Major League Soccer.
They're in 14th place in their conference.
They stink.
In all seriousness, like this is the dumbest rule that you can't wear a political hat. Like,
right. Well, it's not pre-approved.
It represents the president of the United States of America.
Well, it doesn't even matter about that. Like, why does what you matter in a stadium? Well, I guess it's their rules. They could kick out who they want.
Well,
to,
it's
right?
the hypocrisy of
Wait
their
a minute,
rules.
though.
Right.
Is that stadium privately owned? Because generally, most stadiums do require some taxpayer funds.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I suspect that this fella will challenge it.
I suspect that this fellow is going to have a show on Fox News.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see one of these, attorneys represented by a group. And by Hillsdale.
It's
and
ridiculous. It's absolutely
telling you,
ridiculous.
my rule is the best rule. You either allow both or you allow none.
Yeah.
Right.
But how can you allow
is it a civil
none?
rights violation?
How can you allow none? I don't understand that. Like, I agree with you, Nick. I'm not challenging what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, how can you say if I want to wear a Hillary Clinton shirt, like why?
Same reason.
Why am I not allowed to?
Twitter was able to do what they did to conservatives during the pandemic.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
It's their company.
You know what they should do? Like, everybody...
It's bad business.
Yes. One day, everybody should just wear some sort of political hat or shirt and just see what they do. Like, what do they do? Kick us all out? I don't know.
The statement, "Make America Great Again," is a political statement.
It's so triggering. People get so offended by that. It's really remarkable.
It's so stupid.
That's true. It doesn't. To your point, it says "Make America Great Again." It doesn't even say Trump.
No.
Just says "Make America Great Again."
Right.
I guarantee you what's going to happen is that they're going to say something to the effect of, the security guards, not the guy who was a Trump fan, but the security guards acted out of
make them the scapegoat.
Yes,
but they overstepped their bounds.
They overstepped their bounds.
Yeah.
We would not have kicked this person out. I guarantee you something like that is going to happen.
Someone filed a complaint with the stadium police mid-game. And
can you imagine that person?
Yeah.
Oh, just a hideous human being.
And there was just 25 minutes left in the game.
Firing squad.
Yeah.
For that person.
Wow.
855-839-1210. Let's grab a call. I'm going to guess Tom, misspelled. Great job, Jimmy. Line one.
He's
go
blind,
ahead.
dude. Come on.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, I got you.
Yeah, okay. So back to the fentanyl thing. I think that I agree with Dawn. I was in the hospital. I was having a heart procedure. One of the anesthetics they wanted to use to put me to sleep was fentanyl. And for whatever reason, I didn't go to sleep right away. And I was unable to draw a breath. And they kept telling me to breathe. And I absolutely had a panic attack. And it took like 3 guys to hold me down as I was trying to get off the table, and then I went out, and I don't remember what happened after that.
So was it a panic attack? Was it a panic attack, or was it exposure to fentanyl?
So the fentanyl caused me to be unable to breathe, and once I was unable to breathe, I panicked, and then I tried to get off the table, and I was fighting with the guys, and then I went out. So I think I think it could be both. Yeah, it was pretty scary. So needless to say, now they don't use fentanyl on me anymore because I won't take it in the hospital.
Sir, are you allergic to anything? Please list all things that you've had adverse reactions to.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
Every time I go in and they need to put me under, I tell them, remember that time, guys, no fentanyl.
Yep.
So
there you go. Wow. There
Well,
it is.
You can't.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with fentanyl. They have those patches. I'm not saying that she got it from handling the the dollar bill through the skin. I'm saying it was probably the car search where you got that heat, you're contained, and then maybe like inhaling it.
Nasal.
Because it's not likely that it's a myth that it's going to happen like instantaneously if you touch it. It's more if you inhale it or it gets in your eyes. Do you know what I mean?
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. You can vote. What was it? Was it the exposure or was it a panic attack? Right now, 51% saying it was a panic attack.
Wow.
So
neck and neck.
It's close.
But what I said was she started panicking after she had some kind of allergic reaction.
No,
that is what I said.
No, you threw shade at me for saying, nobody's saying it's a panic attack. Nobody ever said it's a panic attack.
Well, I'm looking at all the stories on it. They're reporting that she was exposed to fentanyl. Yeah. She needed 2 doses of Narcan.
Mainstream media.
Berkeley County's like Charleston area, I think.
Harry's looking at the map.
Yeah, I was looking it up.
Harry's scouting out his next retirement.
Go vote. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT.
How are the golf courses in Berkeley?
Terrific.
By the way, we might never know the answer to this.
Of course not.
Because if I'm her sheriff, I'm just going to retrain her, especially with the gloves and whatnot. But
I think
I would never tell if I'm her sheriff.
I think it's a bigger issue if it's a panic attack because that's a bad look.
Well, judging on Cincinnati, she'll end up being the next chief of police.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, speaking of her, she made the sheet, didn't she?
Yeah, can we get
she's
to
back
this
in the head. How does this I'm telling you, man.
18 here.
This DEI stuff.
18. This is Cincinnati's mayor, Aftab Previal.
Yeah. This lady. This is the best Cincinnati can do. Cincinnati's decent sized city, right?
It's a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dude.
No, I'm talking about. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the lady who was like, you didn't see all the perspective on social media with the brawl.
I think she's a deputy mayor.
Oh, I thought she was the.
No, this is Cincinnati's mayor, Aftab Preval. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right. Yeah. I'm guessing Aftab is not how you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. On if he plans to speak to the victims of the brutal mob attack. Roll this. Do we have audio of this or audio anywhere? Going
no
once.
audio.
Subtitles.
Going once. Audio. Any audio.
Wow.
Hey, our graphics are at least back on YouTube.
Audio.
You notice that?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Time and temperature.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, so
well, everybody came into work.
Everybody came into work. If you try and get an answer out of somebody at 6 a.m., everybody's like, I was sleeping. Right. Well, we have a 24-hour radio station. How about that?
The world before you.
Thank you. Is there audio of this, Phil?
Apparently not.
Do we check our work before we do anything?
Oh, jeez.
You know, Phil's got a microphone back there. He should be able to pot himself up at any point to say yes or no.
I used to be in that studio. That studio's a nightmare with technical problems.
All right, how about this? 19. This is Cincinnati pastor Damon Lynch. He fumes over how mugshots weren't taken of the white people who were assaulted in the brutal Cincinnati, Ohio beating. Roll this.
For those who want to politicize it, the J.D. Vances and the Vivek Ramaswamys and the Bernie Marinos and the Christopher Smithermans and many others who want to politicize it, they have not yet said something that I always hear when a black person, say, runs from the police and then is met with disproportionate force, sometimes ending their life. What we hear is, well, why did they run? Why didn't they just comply? We hear that every time. But I've yet to hear anybody say, why didn't he just walk away? So let me back up so you understand this. Two combatants, one black, one white. A black man steps in, breaks it up. The white guy re-engages, slaps, not the black man that he had just squared up with, but slaps another black man. And nobody's asking,
Pastor,
why didn't he just walk away?
Ugh.
And so when I see, and I don't know who else the chief is looking for or CPD is looking for, but when I see the mugshots, I only see people who look like me. I don't see the person.
Oh, go away.
Re-engage.
Go away.
What's his? You say he's a pastor?
Yeah.
What are his thoughts on a man punching a woman in the face?
Exactly.
I didn't hear the.
What a dummy.
The man of Christ talking about men against women with violence. Interesting.
We do have the Cincinnati mayor. This is 18. Go.
I have not. I mean, look, again, this was a fight. It was a horrific fight. But as Councilmember and others have said, we have significant other public safety challenges.
Oh, yeah.
We have children who are far too often the victims of gun violence. We have oftentimes far too often the perpetrators of gun violence being children.
Oh, for God's sake.
We have violent crime like every other major city across the nation.
Our city's a hellhole, guys.
Our attention and our bandwidth.
What are you doing to combat
and so
that?
I don't traditionally meet or speak to every victim of violent crime in our city, and that's consistent with my approach today.
Yeah.
Another far left mayor. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what he says is our city is an S-hole.
Yeah.
So
That's what you got. You voted for Cincinnati.
Yep.
This is what you get.
By the way, the I think we have. Do we have the? Where's that sheet? Maybe we don't have it. I thought I had the. Do I have the woman?
I'd like to hear more from the.
I thought you did.
The cop.
Yeah. Do I have the
She
woman?
makes my blood boil.
Who spoke out?
The victim.
Yeah.
Who's all bruised and she's cheerful and
she finally spoke out.
Oh my gosh.
The bruise is getting
This
better.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks a little better.
We should take a break anyway. Maybe we'll get to that on the other side. Oh yeah,
here it is.
We have it.
Yep.
Roll it.
I just want to say thank you so much.
Hang on a second. I thought they were Russian. Remember that was
her.
But wasn't that what they were saying last night or last week? That they were Russian.
That made the cut sheet.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying one of the suspects was Russian.
Yeah.
But maybe that was one of the guys.
Oh, okay. All right.
But she's unrelated.
Yeah. Oh, she's not related. Okay. All right. Start this over.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all of the love and support. It is very humbling that you have sent your prayers, your blessings. It's definitely what's keeping me going. And you have just brought back faith and humanity. So God bless you all. Thank you. I appreciate everything that you're doing for me and my family. It's been very, very hard. And I'm still recovering. I still have a very bad brain trauma.
Oh God.
It's thank you everyone.
Awful.
Just a sweet person. I mean, just she's a mess.
Yep.
Well,
knocked out cold.
The media is now running with a narrative that the N-word was said.
Oh.
Well, she has a lawsuit. She should Sue everybody then.
When in doubt, play the race card.
Yeah. Victim blaming,
Mhm.
which there's no evidence of that.
I also love how the pastor says about the mugshots not being released or taken for certain individuals based on their race. I also love, we could play that game all day. I mean, how many times does Dawn report news at 6:05 and 7:05 where the police do not give a single solitary description of said suspect?
Oh, yeah.
A male, possibly white.
It's like, only mugshots are people that look like me. No, the criminals.
Yeah.
That's it. That's who needs mugshots, criminals, not the victims, not a woman who was knocked unconscious by some thug.
Exactly. All right. Harry Mays is on his way to golf in South Carolina and look for a new place to live. Harry, no panic attacks and avoid the fentanyl.
I avoid the fentanyl at all costs.
All right, brother. We'll see you next week.
Love you, Harry.
There he is.
All right, love you
Harry
too.
Mays. How about that? Harry just said it. I've never heard Harry say "I love you" to anybody.
Well, he didn't say "I love you." He says "love you."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a big step in the right direction for Harry. Harry's a very cold man. All right, we'll come back, get to a Dawn Stensland Big Three, and then the bells and whistles. Stay right there.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, it's Rich Zioli. I'm joined here today by my friend, co-president and CEO of Cooper University Healthcare, the one and only Dr. Anthony Mazzarelli. Dr. Maz and I are here to tell you about our buddy, Dr. Mike Veneria. Not only is he my dentist, he's my family's dentist as well. And not sure if you knew this, he's Dr. Maz's dentist too.
That's right, Rich. Dr. Mike Veneria is and has been my dentist also. And you know, doctors choosing doctors, that can be quite a selective process. And not only do I go to him, but for years, my sister and my niece and my nephew, the whole family goes.
Well, it's no secret. We're all delighted by the care that Dr. Mike Veneria and his award-winning marketing team provide, and you need to check him out.
Whether you're looking for pediatric, general, cosmetic, implant dentistry, you don't need to look any further. Dr. Venera's office does everything. Dr. Venera's office also exceeds all CDC guidelines and has always maintained the strictest infection control, like their centralized UV sterilization of airflow, which is incredibly important to me.
Locations are right over the bridge in Cinnaminson and Woodbury. Your perfect smile's waiting. Call 856-786-2020 or visit veneriadental.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your role? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Free speech lives here on Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Oh, yeah, Kayal and Company, 9:37 here on a Monday morning. We will get to Jimmy Kelly's movie, Phil's music, and what's on tap for the Dawn Show. But right now...
By the way, before you do that, we have Styx tickets we're giving away. Styx tickets we're giving away. Styx.
Yes.
9:50, the Morning Mystery Movie clip. If you listen to Dawn's News at 6 a.m., you know the movie we are playing and why we're playing it.
Okay.
Dawn's News at 6 a.m., and the first thing, that's the reason we chose today's movie.
And this occurred exactly when Greg's microphone broke to start the show.
Some would say the best part of the show.
There you go.
When my microphone's off.
Time for a Big Three.
It's the Big 3 and 9 on Kayal and Company.
Sponsored by Spring Dance Hot Tubs. So in the news this morning, we've had a guy with a forklift. This just shows you what can be used as a dangerous weapon. A forklift. So police say this guy used a forklift to ram garage doors of businesses, damaging vehicles. This is in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia. Happened yesterday on Janney Street, 3100 block of Janney Street. And there's actually some video that has been released of this. But they say that this guy tried to lift a Honda SUV with the forklift, rammed the vehicle up against the wall of another business, dragged another vehicle, causing one of the back wheels to come off, and then crashed into a neighbor's fence, and then ran away. What is this forklift rampage in Philadelphia as they're trying to figure out who is this guy? What is his motivation? They got to track him down, but he did all this damage. So you think Greg Stocker had a bad day? Well, this guy had a worse day. We don't know what the heck. Yeah. I'm sorry to make light of it because he did a lot of damage. Yeah. So police trying to track this guy down. We have a big construction project, and this is a lot of people complaining about this one, especially business people. This is Philadelphia's Old City section, where a big part of Market Street is shutting down starting today. And the business owners and a lot of tourists, it's affecting everybody here. The reason they're saying they have to do all of this work on Market Street, it's all, they got chain link fences. It looks pretty ugly. They say that it has to be shut down and redone ahead of next year's big celebration as America's birthday happens.
250, baby. 250.
I think
all about it.
Next Memorial Day through Labor Day, I'm going to work remotely.
The hell you are.
I'm going to work from my man cave in Bluebell for the summer months.
Nope. Not going to
Just to avoid this debacle.
Not going to happen.
So, unfortunately, get ready. We're way down on Market Street, Nick. It's not going to, this is mostly affecting the Old City area between 2nd and 6th Streets, but all those detours, Arch, Front. So if you're headed down, the problem is if you work down there, if you have a business down there, or this is where the tourists, it's right by the Constitution Center. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? all of the museums in that area. So, what a mess.
Yep.
So it's just business owners saying their business is down like 50%, something of that nature. So we got that going on. And then as well, number 3, I will go with, we didn't talk a whole lot about this, and I know I just retweeted Susie Cool because there were a lot of tributes online to the late, great Lonnie Anderson, who was a star of TV and films and movies, and one of the greatest sitcoms on talk radio, WKRP in Cincinnati. Lonnie Anderson, if you haven't heard.
It wasn't talk radio, it was radio. It was rock radio.
Oh, rock radio.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Frasier was talk radio.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, she passed away at the age, tomorrow would have been her 80th birthday.
Wow.
But her family said after a long illness, she passed away.
The day before she turns 80.
Well, yeah, she passed away yesterday,
so
tomorrow,
2 days before.
but a couple days,
Wow.
like 48 hours before her birthday.
I might end up seeing 79 after my good heart calcium score came back.
Congratulations. That's
Zero,
amazing.
folks.
That's amazing.
I'm defying my bad genes.
Are you? Do you get that because of your family history, or is there another reason you get those?
Because Dawn got in my head.
Good. That's good.
Well,
right?
yeah. Well,
You're healthy.
2 years ago, you're like, go get a thing.
Go get a
I got a thing.
checkup.
And,
Go get a thing.
And
Dawn said, "Go get a thing."
Yeah,
Go get a thing.
They send me the annual results.
Get your thing checked.
Dawn is the Nick whisperer.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
You wanna be healthy.
She led me to the heart doctor and to Aldi.
Yeah, see? Stick with me,
EKZ
kid.
says Nick is softer than a Narcan.
Aw, poor cop.
I had a terrible hangnail this weekend.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass.
Hangnails.
Spring Dance Hot Tubs.
Spring Dance Hot Tubs. It is Spring Dance Hot Tubs anniversary sale. You save up to $5,000 on hot tubs or endless pools starting at just $170 a month. Get 50% off endless pool accessories, up to $2,000 off a Covana cover. That's what I have. Spring Dance Hot Tubs. You're going to love it. Sale ends Labor Day weekend, so you got to do this. Visit springdancehottubs.com. Thank you, Spring Dance Hot Tubs, for sponsoring Big 3.
All right, Dawn, thank you very much. Up next, a pair of tickets to see Styx and Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon, plus Don Felder at the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion on August 8th. But you have to identify Jimmy's movie. Back after.
Hit the road to watch our world champion football team. Book your trip with Fans of Philly. Trips are now available for pre-order to Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and more. Travel in style with transportation, a pregame party, and game tickets to enjoy the Birds on the road this season with Fans of Philly, the official travel partner of 94 WIP and the Eagles Radio Network. Book now at fansofphilly.com. That's fans with a PH of Philly.com.
D&K Appliances is a family-owned and operated business for 3 generations located in Newtown Square and Flowertown. D&K Appliances offers one-stop shopping, providing delivery, installation, and service of top brands like GE, Thermador, Wolf, Bosch, Speed Queen, KitchenAid, and Whirlpool for your kitchen or laundry. D&K Appliance Sales Associates are industry experts, supporting customers every step of the way. Visit D&K Appliances, the dependable difference. Newtown Square and Flowertown showrooms, or visit DKAppliances.com.
You know you have pride in your team when you offer a guarantee for the life of your roof. That's right, for decades and thousands of roof installations, the award-winning team at GP Martini lives for roofing. That's why homeowners trust GP Martini to protect their largest investment. Whether you're considering an asphalt, shingle roof, metal roof, or even a solar roof, you can trust GP Martini Roofing. Visit martiniroofing.com. There's probably a satisfied GP Martini customer in your neighborhood. martiniroofing.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop to opt out.
You work hard for your money, so why let traditional banks hold you back? At Current, we're flipping the script with banking that keeps up with your life. With Current, your paycheck does more. Need money before payday? Access up to $750 with a paycheck advance if you qualify. No credit check, no hassle. Also, the Build Card makes it simple to build credit with no annual fees or hidden traps. Members boosted their credit scores by more than 80 points after just 6 months. Get ahead. Get Current.
To get started with Current, text SPEND to 323232. That's SPEND to 323232. Text SPEND to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on cost, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
Hey, Jeff, looks like your business is really booming, even in a tough time for businesses like ours.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, thanks to LendSeek, our business was able to take care of some outstanding bills and taxes and to purchase inventory and expand our product lines.
Wow. You know, my business needs working capital, but only from a reputable company that I can trust and count on. How does LendSeek work?
Fast and easy. Just apply at lendseek.com. Their AI lending platform gave my business access to over 100 funding programs with one simple application. And it costs nothing to apply.
At lendseek.com, you can receive business funding with no collateral, no prepayment penalties, and no restrictions on how you use the funds. Whatever your funding needs are, seek no more. Our AI lending marketplace has you covered. If you've been in business at least 1 year with annual revenue of at least $250,000, you could get the funding your business needs in as little as 24 hours. There's no obligation, so apply today at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount per household.
Hi, it's here, Dano, and here, Rescue Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire year. Appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, suck up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus order will ship for free. Just use the code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3s, cholesterol support, joint health. It's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-LIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. Speak with a knowledgeable Rescue product consultant. And if you're new to Rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue natural supplements. Use that code VIP50 at res-q.com.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, Kayal and company, as we wind things down here on a Monday morning, Dawn at the top of the hour. We'll find out what she has lined up. A-Chair is in box 4. We'll get to him for his 2 minutes of fame in just a moment. See how I did that? 8 to 4 to 2. You like that? All right, but first, the one and only Jimmy Kelly, Morning Mystery Movie Clip.
And Now, the morning mystery movie clip on Kayal and Company. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
You come into my house, my party, to tell me about the future. That the future is tape, videotape, and not film. That it's amateurs and not professionals. I'm a filmmaker. That's why I will never make a movie on videotape. Check. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you stay one step ahead of the game. We're going in circles now. We're in familiar territory. The territory we in is the future. Not to mention the cost.
Think you know what it is? Be call at 12 at 855-839-1210 and you could win this great prize.
As I just mentioned, a pair of tickets to see Styx and Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon plus Don Felder. Freedom Mortgage Pavilion, August 8th. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. But if you can identify that movie clip by being caller 12 with the correct answer at 855-839-1210, you are on your way. Best of luck. All right, from the movies to the music, time for Phil Almquist and Today in Music History.
What happened on this day in music history? Music history on Kayal and Company.
Today, August 4th, we celebrate the heavenly birthday of Robin Crosby from Rat and Louis Armstrong. Could Radar Love by Golden Earring in 73. Rock-a-Rolla by Judas Priest in 74. And Burning for You by Blue Oyster Cult in 81. Altitude Practice What You Preach by Testament in 89. Pink Floyd's debut in 67. Richie Blackmore's Rainbow in 75. And Mammoth 2 by Mammoth in 2023. Also in 70, Phil Collins joined Genesis. In 90, during the New Kids on the Block show, 3 armed robbers stole souvenir sales proceeds of over $260,000. Good. Boy bands suck. In 58, Billboard introduced the Hot 100 singles chart. In 57, the Everly Brothers were on the Ed Sullivan Show. And in 2014, the Eagles album Hell Freezes Over was certified for selling over 9 million copies in the U.S. But lastly, a few shows I saw on this day. Metallica 2 years ago, Jeff Beck, Ann Wilson, Paul Rogers 7 years ago, and Black Sabbath 12 years ago for Kayal and Company. I feel
It's music news that you saw shows on this date.
Yeah, it's
right.
still music news.
I think that's just a way for you to extend the segment.
Yeah. And
actually,
boy
I
bands
was
suck.
underbid the half this, but thank you very much.
But you know what boy bands get?
Boobs and money and
Exactly right. Mike is in Marlton. He's identified the movie. Mike, what movie did we play for you?
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. That is correct.
And the connection was what? We were talking about what?
Boogieing.
No.
Staying out of your studio?
Burt Reynolds, Lonnie Anderson, nothing. Okay.
She passed away.
I guess not.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Mike's got the sticks ticks. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he got the answer right.
Yes. Stalker's going to just... By the way, Stalker's not done talking yet, so stay tuned. There's more coming up. But Dawn, we find out what you have lined up next.
Yeah, so we never got to President Trump talking about lip service.
Oh,
who gives
yeah.
the best lip service?
Is that creepy, Dawn? It's a little creepy.
So I will tell you.
It's a little creepy.
I will tell you.
It's a
Who
little
has
creepy.
the best lip service
Yeah,
in
baby.
the Trump administration?
Put it on us.
So we'll get to that.
I'm sure it's not creepy.
We'll have fun with that one. And Hans von Spakovsky will be along. He's an attorney, great analyst. So we'll throw some of these questions at him. You will hear John Ratcliffe, CIA director, what he has to say, and others from the administration, because this is important that you hear all the latest as far as Russia, Hillary Rodham Clinton, what her own campaign manager has said. So we want to give you those deets so you have those talking points. And then locally, which one state representatives, who's a Republican, Joe Picozzi, Shapiro, calling him out, blaming one Republican state representative, blaming him for their budget, the fact that they haven't passed a budget, which is absurd. But we'll get into all of that and a lot of breaking news, anything that happens. We're going to cover it.
All right. The show is coming up next. We're back tomorrow at 6, but right now, Greg Stalker would like to speak.
This is a word for Staples. Today's show is sponsored by Staples. Calling all parents and teachers at Staples, your school budget is officially saved by the button, the easy button, with supplies low as 25 cents, plus laptops of up to 40% and deals on top brands and trending styles. Find it all at Staples. Thank you, Staples, for sponsoring today's program. Don Sten coming up next.
Good night, everybody.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience